And we are live. How's everybody doing tonight? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and you're watching and/or listening to ABL Live. Thank y'all for joining me tonight. You could be almost anywhere in the world, but you're right here with me, live on the show, and I appreciate y'all for that. We got a whole lot going on all over the internets, all over mainstream media, social media, everywhere, and I'm not sure where to start. First of all, happy post-Thanksgiving, happy post-Black Friday. Did you get any good deals? Did you eat any good food? We'll talk about that a little bit more, a little bit later. Also, some say that the economy is in a recession. If that's the case, I can't tell. I'm seeing quite a bit of spending, quite a bit of traveling, a little bit of everything. We'll talk about that a little bit more, a little bit later. Also, Tucker Carlson is an interesting character. I want to touch on him for a little bit. Not in that way, of course, you guys, but I want to talk about him for a little bit because of a 180 he's made that I've noticed and that others have noticed as well. We'll talk about that a little bit more, a little bit later. Also, there are some who say that Trump is in cognitive decline. This is a thing that's been reported all over the news media. And my question is, where were these news media types when Joe Biden was in deep decline? I'm talking about obvious decline. This guy looked like he needed to be in the wheelchair immediately, but nobody said anything. What they say, the exact opposite. Oh, he's so full of vim and vigor where ain't none of that going on. This dude, you said rigor mortis incorrectly. Rigor mortis is not the same as vim and vigor. But we'll talk about all those things and a whole lot more on tonight's episode of ABL Live. And thank y'all again for being here. You guys are the best audience anywhere on these interwebs. If you like what you're hearing so far, if you enjoy the content in general, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Shout out to you guys for joining me tonight. Hopefully you enjoyed your holiday. If you were able to get some food, if you didn't have any crazy family members, that's always a good thing, because I've seen some Thanksgiving dinners get ruined by that one cousin, by that one uncle, by that one liberal family member that wants to start drama. You know, my rule throughout my whole political time has been, do not discuss politics with family members unless they're on my side. Then it's okay. But if they don't agree with me on everything, like if they're not like 100% right here with me, if they're not wearing the MAGA hat outside, I'm not even going to do it. You kind of libertarian, kind of on the edge, you know, or straight up liberal, I am not going to have this conversation. I'm not trying to upset my grandma and them at the family reunion because me and you didn't get into it. Okay, now you're raising your voice, and now somebody got to fight. And I'm not trying to do that. I'm all about peace and love. I'm this guy. I don't want no smoke. All because somebody got upset at a political opinion. But I see it happen sometimes. People don't care. It's like, you know what? I'm going to say what I got to say. And if you don't like it, oh, well, it doesn't matter. I'm going to express myself regardless. I did not get my chitlins. I didn't travel this time, but I'm going to go again later on in the holiday. I'm going to go, and it's going to be another dinner with some chitlins. I know that for a fact. So I already know that I'm going to get my chitlins. And when I do get my chitterlings, it ain't going to be no political talk. I'm going to get straight to the business. Hey, Unc, I know you got the chitlins. I smell them. Where they at? And they smell like they just got made. Like I got here just in the nick of time. So I'm going to get some chitterlings from you. And nobody around here really cooked no chitlins like that. Like not in this area. There's some things in this area that I miss. You know, at a restaurant, somebody's house or whatever, the Filipino food, I finally found somebody who cooks Filipino food out of their house. I found one person out here, and that was pretty good, but they went an arm and a leg in the firstborn child because they want you to buy in bulk. You can't just get like a plate. You got to get like a party platter. You see what I'm saying? But it's worth it. Hey, you know what? It's to the point where the food is so good, I'm going to go on a 4-day fast before I eat it. If I have the opportunity to get some Filipino food before I eat the food, I'm going to go on a 4-day fast and just, hey, because I know it's about to be a feast for a long time off of that food. But anyway, I'm getting way distracted. The point is that around here, they're not really into the chitlins. They're not into a lot of stuff I eat back in Virginia. But back Virginia, West Virginia, that area, yes, I'm getting some chitterlings, and they're going to be cleaned properly. I never would do no store-bought stuff. It's going to be good. But anyway, some of y'all said, ew, ABL, that's disgusting. Why are you talking about that? So I'll back off. But hopefully you guys enjoyed your holiday and you didn't have any crazy lunatics at your dinner acting the fool over politics. That's one thing that I don't want to get in the way. I don't like having arguments with family members that's not needed. I don't like doing that. Now, if it's a troll on the internet, that's something different because I'm over here just doing my thing, just doing my show, and all of a sudden I get somebody in the comment section acting the fool, so now I got to say something. Or I have the ability to say something. Or here's when I really got to say something. If you call me on the phone and want to have an argument, discussion, or whatever, okay, let's do that. Because you're reaching out to me on a platform and I don't know you. But let's say, for example, one of my cousins called me tripping. I'll be like, yo, first of all, whatever your name is, X, Y, and Z person, I'm going to call our grandma on you. I'm going to tell on you, number one. And number two, why are you even doing this? Like, I have that policy and everybody knows it. I don't talk politics around family. Why break that? Because it's unnecessary to have that discussion when you should be just focused on being family and being able to get along. Because from my generation, I don't know how it is now. I don't know how it is now in the USA. But from my generation, from my experience, family was everything. That's all you got at a certain point. And when all else fails, you got your family. I know that I would never be homeless, that I would never be out here strung out with no help. I got a backup. I got support. And it go both ways as well. So it's very important. So you don't want to burn those bridges. Now, if it's a regular normal you on the street that want to come talking crazy with a cat mask on or something like this, okay, and the furry outfit, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just give you every word in the English language to express myself and my disdain for your lifestyle and for what your position is politically. Of course, I'm going to do that. But family members or a friend, like a real friend, nah, I'm good. Don't worry about it. Or here's something else. If we're friends and we have bitter disagreements and bitter arguments and we can't just get over some of the differences, then you shouldn't be friends with that kind of person, in my humble opinion. Okay, we shouldn't be friends. JV says you're 6'3", you do not need grandma's help. Listen, I'm not trying to fight nobody because I'm always a bad person when I fight someone. It's always my fault. And I'm not trying to be that. I'm not trying to get locked up. Anybody trying to go to jail. Look, I'm 41 years old, never been locked up. Okay, never had no incidents where I could have, nah. And I'm going to keep it that way. What I'm not going to do is risk getting locked up, having the police call, embarrassing me in front of my house over somebody because they got a different opinion politically. We're not doing that. So I'm going to call grandma and she going to do with you rather than getting embarrassed at my house or having the risk getting locked up, for sure. But shout out to the good family members out there. Shout out to everybody that is on the same page or can at least respect you for what you do. Like with the Transformers. Y'all know how I joke about the Transformers and the LGBTQ, LMNOP, XYZ, ABC, 1, 2, 3. I joke about them a lot. And I got some of them in my family. Now, I'm going to leave them be. I ain't going to say nothing about their bull dagger they brought with them to the dinner. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not going to say nothing about their friend that they brought with them. It's okay. Whatever y'all do is fine. But if I crack a joke, I mean, don't get offended. Don't nobody get offended. It's okay. That's right, Jennifer. No political talk on the holidays. Let's talk about these candy yams, this turkey, this dressing, and macaroni and cheese and no Velveeta, because you know how I do. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about some of these big back snacks, the pies, pumpkin pie. Have that argument. The argument shouldn't be Democrat, Republican on Thanksgiving. It should be about, hey, you want that pumpkin pie or sweet potato pie? Which one is better? Me, I prefer pumpkin pie. Don't nobody get offended. Don't nobody get triggered. Pumpkin pie over sweet potato pie. They're both good. If I go to your house and you have both pies, I'm going to say, hey, let me get one slice of each. It's fine. But if you were to have a gun in my head and say, hey, ABL, I need you to pick one pie only, it's going to be the pumpkin pie. It is what it is. All right. It is what it is. All right. Hold on. Am I reading some of these comments here? But nah, I'm going to just go about it that way. Have that argument. Have that debate rather than anything else. Mr. Mo says, I cooked for 7, 5, more show 2 hours later. So you cooked, so you had 7 people showed up and then 5 more showed up. What was that? Hey, that must be a testament to your food. Everybody calling like, yo, Mr. Mo is got some smoked chitlins. He got pumpkin pie. He got smoked turkey, all of that. Come through and get you a plate. That's probably what's going on. Peanut butter pie is good as well. I've had all the pies. Yeah, I got a sweet tooth. I got a whole set of sweet teeth. You understand what I'm saying? That's my weakness, sweets. That's my thing. If I didn't have a control over my sweet tooth or sweet 28 teeth, however many I got in my mouth, I would be a whole circle. I look like this. I look like the globe. I'd be shaped like planet Earth if it was not for my ability to control my sweet teeth. Okay, are we doing the poll? Are we doing the poll on that for real? Okay, are we doing a poll? Because a few of y'all said do a poll. So I'm gonna do pie choice. Pumpkin pie. Sweet potato pie. I can't believe I'm really doing the pie poll on this live stream. That's crazy, but y'all asked for it. It ain't gonna be up for too long. I put it up for a little while just for fun. Lemon meringue pie is a little bit too tart. It's a little bit too tart. The texture is a little bit. I'll consider that to be pie. It's more like it's like I don't know, like almost like to the point of it being ice cream, almost a little bit, kind of, sort of. It's like ice cream, or it's like peach cobbler. It's more like, that's not really a pie. It's like a cobbler, kind of. I think peach cobbler has more of a consistent texture to it than lemon meringue pie. It's like eating a piece of Jell-O or something like this. Pumpkin pie has everything. It has the texture, the flavor, the consistency, everything. Sweet potato pie is kind of like, I don't know, man. It's a mixed bag. You don't know what you're going to get. You don't know what you're going to get. Pumpkin pie is winning. Question mark. Hey, I'm not going to say nothing. I'm going to just let it be out there for about 5 minutes. Key lime is like that too. Key lime, it's like a dessert you would have in the bowl. Not really, but you would pick up and eat like a sandwich or a slice of pizza. Chocolate pie, disgusting. Too rich, too much for me. All pie's good pie. Yeah, I ain't gonna be mad at it now. Like I said, I go to your house and you got all them pies lined up. I might even get a piece of chocolate pie. Okay, you know what? Today's my big back day. I'm gonna enjoy my big back day. Let me get a chocolate pie, a piece of that, the pumpkin pie, the sweet potato pie, the peanut butter pie, the Oreo pie, straight big back activity. And then if I do all that, I'm not gonna eat no more for a week. Straight up. For real, not even exaggerating. Bare minimum 3-day fast. I've done those quite a bit. That's nothing. Or 72-hour fast. That's easy to do. 72-hour fast is simple. So you eat, like, let's say I started fasting on Sunday. You eat Sunday, let's say 2 p.m. Monday, 2 p.m., that's 24. Tuesday, 2 p.m., that's 48. Wednesday, you eat. So you get to eat on Wednesday. But you don't eat until 2 p.m., so that's 72 hours. So all you did was just skip 2 days of eating. So it's simple. Do that. Occasionally, you feel a lot better. Because what we do as human beings, a lot of us just eat because we think we're supposed to, or we eat at a certain time, even if we're not hungry. That's not really smart, in my humble opinion. All right, so we got the results of the poll. Hold on, we got the results of the poll already in. I'm gonna let it rock for like 2 more minutes, but we got the results. But hopefully, you guys enjoyed your Thanksgiving holiday and you didn't have any incidences there's been quite a few people talking about how down the economy is, but traveling has been up. You're going to get to that in a minute. Traveling is up. They say traveling hit a record level, the highest level in the past 15 years of holiday travel. So I'm not quite sure what that says. Are we relying upon debt more than ever? Are we just doing better than what they say we're doing? Do you want to get out and move around? Are we restless? Like, what's going on? But quite a bit of traveling. I saw some of the traffic jams all over the USA, people trying to get point A to point B. Quite a bit of that going on. Okay. Let me end the poll right here. So the poll says pumpkin pie. 65% of you guys said pumpkin pie is the best, while 35% of you said sweet potato pie is the best. The people have spoken. Listen, the people have spoken. Now, maybe I poisoned the well because I said pumpkin pie is life. Pumpkin pie is a bee's knees. Maybe I poisoned the well, but I think you guys are just on the same page with me. We think that pumpkin pie is where it's at. All right. Somebody said doom spending. Is it doom spending? Nah, I don't know about that, but maybe so. All right. So yeah, shout out to the pumpkin. But you know what's good though? For real, pumpkin seeds. I eat a lot of seeds, nuts, stuff like this. Pistachios and pumpkin seeds are very good for you. A lot of your vitamins and nutrients. Like if you eat a steady diet of those, you're not going to need to take supplements. And you get all the other benefits that come with the food. When you take supplements, I'm sorry for this, but bear with me. I got to say this. When you're taking supplements, all you're doing is getting a stripped down version of what you should be getting from the food. When you eat the food altogether, it does more for you than just give you that particular thing that's in a supplement. So for example, if pistachios have vitamin B6 or whatever is in there, I'm making up stuff, so don't quote me. But if it has those things in the actual food itself, and rather than eating that piece of food or other foods that have it in there, you take supplements, you're not getting the full benefit of the entire food. And you may not realize how all those vitamins and how all the nutrients in the food work together when you consume it, or how it's going to work in your body, because some food affect some of us differently than others. Okay. That's just the reality. Depending upon you, depending upon what you got going on with your body, depending upon where you're from, your ethnicity, certain foods can affect you differently. Certain foods you're going to be more prone to. And when you take in the supplements, you may not get all of the benefits from the food. So that's the best way to get your supplements. People ask me, now I used to do supplements at one point, but then I just stopped doing that and just started eating food that had certain vitamins and nutrients already in it. So you get in the full thing. Have I had chocolate covered pistachios? Not in the least bit. I've had a lot of different kinds of pistachios. I've had a lot of different ones, but I've not had chocolate cover. I feel like that would tear my stomach to pieces, because chocolate, I don't know, certain things I can't really do. Everybody sells supplements. Well, some guys are not health nuts like me. Some guys take supplements and they swear by it, but I don't really do that. I've been asked to sell supplements, but I told people, it's like, I don't do those myself, so that's not really something I'm into personally. You can survive on almonds and water, Scotty. Well, shout out to you. David says, every food that I like is improved with chocolate. Hey, man, if you like it, I love it, but I can't do nothing with it, man. My stomach is grumbling right now. All right, Dollar General pistachios in the bag. I've not had them from Dollar General. I get mine from Costco. Shout out to Costco. Hey, Costco master race. If you don't go to Costco, I don't know where you're going. Everybody go to my favorite grocery stores in order: Costco, Kroger, and Publix. That's my favorite. Now, I've not seen HEBs or Wegmans. Like, we don't have all those stores where I live. And the Kroger is kind of far away too. So normally I go to Publix or I go to Costco. I don't even go to Kroger because it's kind of way out the way. But yeah, back in Virginia, I've always go to Kroger or a Harris Teeter. Harris Teeter is like a Publix it's kind of on that level. Or I would go to Food Lion, which is like kind of like the lower level. All right. Yeah, the Kirkland. Y'all know how it. Y'all know what time it is. Kirkland, all day long. I got some of that Kirkland detergent as well for the clothes detergent from Kirkland. It's like OxyClean. It works pretty good. If you've been worrying about getting that, go ahead and get it. Go ahead and get it. Paul says vitamin D3 recommended, but talk to the doctor. But isn't that like the sunlight? Like, I know I'm ignorant on my supplements a little bit, but y'all let me know. Where do you get vitamin D3 in nature? That's what I would want to know, because I feel like nature has the best ability to deliver that to your system than a supplement would. Also, here's something else about supplements. Do you know that China owns GNC? And a lot of those supplements come straight from China. How do you know what you're really putting in your body? I mean, it's got to go through a clearance and whatnot, but how can you ensure quality control that you won't get any kind of carcinogens or poisonous elements in your supplements that come straight from China? Okay, again, GNC is owned by China. Did you know that? Now, if you go into GNC consistently getting these supplements, now you think a little bit differently. I'd rather go to get the organic produce from a farmer's market that will deliver the vitamins and nutrients I need from the supplements than to go to Chinese-owned GNC and get them that way. I feel like it's going to be safer and better and the way that nature intended for my body. But that's just my humble opinion. David says vitamin D is handy for those of us who are extremely photosensitive. Oh, okay. I get it. Rex Rocker says vitamin D comes from sunlight. I take vitamins too, though. Okay. But see, I'm outside a lot. I'm outside with the sun right on my face a lot. I did my lawn renovation. I was outside hours every day. And I always was outside like that. I like to do hikes and stuff like this. So I like to be having the sun right on my face. That's just me. I don't really have tinted windows. I'm always kind of like exposed to the sun. All right. What's this? Kitties? I can't pronounce your name. Says, who is Karina Dentoni? I have no idea. Hopefully you're not trolling me and making me say things I shouldn't be saying on the live stream. But I have no clue. They still have GNC. Yeah, they still got GNC. I know they got Vitamin Shop as well, but they got GNC. I did a little search. It's a bunch of GNCs right around me. It's like 4 of them right around me. Yeah, they got GNC. All right, yeah, but the sun, definitely get the sun. But I know you might be, if you're in the sun too long, it could cause you to get issues with your skin and all that. I get it. But me, luckily, hey, shout out to my mom and dad. Shout out to the big man upstairs. I got this skin to where I never had a sunburn ever in my life. All I'm going to do is get about that dark. Hey, I'm going to get to be about this dark right here. Matter of fact, I'm going to look, this shirt and me would blend together. You wouldn't even be, I'll be like a shadow. That's what happens when I'm in the sun for a very long time. And that's like 8 hours and hours. Like if I work outside and it's like the summertime and I'm on asphalt or something like that, that'll happen. But beyond that, I'm good. Yeah, never had a sunburn or nothing like that in my life. Hold on. Elo's Winning says, I went to Wegmans for the first time today and wow. Yeah, shout out to Wegmans. I hear really good things about Wegmans, but we don't have those around here. Hopefully we get them sometime soon. What I don't like that we're getting is some of this California stuff. We're getting stuff like Del Taco, all of that. It's like, man, y'all got to keep that stuff in Nashville, in the Nashville metro area. Don't go beyond Murfreesboro with that Del Taco stuff. Stay over there. Get you a little enclave of ex-Californians. Stay over there. But don't bring, what was that one? It's Del Taco and something else. In-N-Out Burger. All of that's coming around here. All right. But yeah, shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all for rocking and rolling. You guys are funny. Shout out to you, JV. I appreciate you. So you get the farmer tanning in the summer. Hey, nah, I don't know nothing about that. I don't know nothing about that. Dad Mike says Del Taco was fire. Now, here's my question. Is Del Taco like Taco Bell? Because Taco Bell, I mean, hey, if you eat Taco Bell, don't leave your house because you're going to need to have access to the toilet pronto. All right, hold on. B. Gatlin says you only have Walmart and Aldi. Wow, that's it? You must be kind of in a small place. We got Aldi, Walmart. We got everything, though. We got Fresh Market, Walmart, Aldi, Kroger. We got a spot called Food City. It's like Food Lion. It's like the low-end grocery store. We got Publix, we got a Kroger, we got a Costco. There's a lot of stuff. We got farmers markets. We got a big market every Sunday out here. We got corner. Like you could just be driving in some places and you could see a farmer's market stand right on the side of the road. And depending on the season, they got watermelon, they got all kind of other fresh vegetables, whatever you want. They pretty much got it. All right. So shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all. Chick-fil-A, or is that Chick-fil-A? They'll taco better than Taco Bell? Oh, okay. Okay. You cook at home? I do as well, but every now and again I go venture out and get something. We got a Whole Foods. Yeah, we do got a Whole Foods and a Trader Joe's. Yep, we got the Whole Foods after a while. We had that probably about 2 or 3 years. It was recently since they built that Whole Foods since I've been out here. And before Whole Foods, it was called Earth Fare. Oh, that Earth Fare was rocking. That was my store. I was in Earth Fare all the time, but I think Earth Fare closed down. So that building was kind of like vacant for a while, and then they put the Whole Foods. And then at the same time, they put a Trader Joe's. That's where you got the Transformers. Hey, the Trader Joe's be where the Transformers hang out. Okay, you got a dude behind the register transforming. His stuff ain't really developed all the way. It's like, man, what in the world's going on? I don't like going in there. Like I told y'all before, I don't like going in there. I've not been in there in a long time, actually, because it's just kind of like, that's not really my scene. Costco, that's my people. Trader Joe's, it's a little bit LGBTQ, LMNOP, X, Y, and Z. That's their hangout spot in there. That's where they go. That's where the LGBT go in Trader Joe's. And Whole Foods, but Trader Joe's more than anything else. All right. Yeah, I shop here in Chattanooga. That's right, B. Gatlin. Are you out here as well? You got to kind of move around a little bit. If all you do is go to Hamilton Place, you got to, but if you go to Hamilton Place, everything is right there. That's where they got the Fresh Market and the Aldi and the Trader Joe's and the Whole Foods and Publix and everything is right there. All right, Winn-Dixie. But now the dude behind the counter transformer, he don't know what's going on. People in the aisles, they don't know how to really navigate aisles. They all in the way. The aisles are tight. Hey, Costco it is. Let's do that. All right, Whole Foods, there's a lot of lesbians. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it at all. All right, I'm getting off track, but shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all for rocking and rolling. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Before I continue, shout out to you guys for watching. You guys are the first sponsor, but also shout out to patriotpost.us, your best source of news and information anywhere on these interwebs. Their link will always be in the box, or visit patriotpost.us in your browser. Tell them they ABL sent you. Also, please check me out on Cameo. If you want to order a custom greeting from me, Cameo is a spot. I got the link in the box. It's easy to find me on Cameo, cameo.com. Search Anthony Brian Logan. I should pop up. If you want to order a greeting from me for a friend, family member, whoever, you can order it right there through Cameo, and I got you. I'm not gonna say nothing crazy. If you order a greeting from me and it's something weird off the wall, you're gonna get all your money back. I'm not gonna do it. But shout out to you guys. If you want to do that, the link right there is in the box. Some of y'all asked for that. I was like, okay, I'll go ahead and do it. Also, shout out to ablmerch.com. That is ABLMERCH. ABLMERCH.com. We got the hats, t-shirts, stickers, hoodies, mugs, and more right there on the website, ablmerch.com. Also, please go to the regular website, anthonyblogan.com. That is ANTHONY. The letter B, LOGAN.com. Go to the front page of the website. For each long-form video that I produce, there will be an article, and in each article, we got sources from the left, from the right, from the center, from the Democratic, Republican, politically agnostic, local, national, international, whatever you want. I got it right there on the front page of the website, anthonyblogan.com. Also, please go to the contact page of the website, anthonyblogan.com/contact-us. There you'll be able to find my email address, my email address, my UPS box, of course, my social media accounts, my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, never going to call it X, TikTok. All my links are right there on the contact page of the website, anthonyblogan.com/contact-us. And as I always say, if you ever think you're conversing with me on the interwebs, you're not doing that if you are not using my email address and I didn't respond to you. If you're in the comment section, if you are somewhere else, some random email, a 1,000 digit WhatsApp number, and they say something to you talking about, hey, send me some money, send me some Bitcoin, send me some of this, send me some of that, I'll give you some money back. It's not going to be real. It's going to be scammed. If I see your grandma at CVS with a bushel of gift cards, I'm calling the cops because she's being scammed. And I don't want her to be scammed by someone who is pretending to be me. Don't get scammed at all, but definitely not from someone pretending to be me. And you know what? If you get a Nigerian guy, you might get him on a FaceTime phone or something like this, FaceTime call, and he might almost look like me a little bit. He might buy him an ABL kit from my merch. He might have a hat on and a polo shirt and some glasses. But in the background, you're going to hear chickens. You're going to hear little kids screaming. You're going to hear, oh, what are you doing? Give me the money back today. You're going to hear all that noise in the background. He's not going to say nothing. And when he does talk, this is me. This is ABL. I telling you, this is the real me. I am not scamming you. So please just send me the gift card. Look on that back and give me the number on the card. Give it today now. We don't have time. You're going to hear that on the phone. So that might be an indicator. You know what? Maybe just maybe I'm not on the phone with ABL. Maybe just maybe when he said send him these gift cards so he can get his uncle a new house in River State, he was talking about somewhere in Tennessee. So please, please, please don't be scammed. Don't nobody got no time for that. I know, JV, look, I got the West African face. I know it. I've been hearing that my whole life. You look like insert random black male celebrity. You look like Jadakiss, Morris Chestnut, Billy Ocean. I've heard all of it. Everything. Depending upon how big I am or if I got my beard or whatever, it's whatever West African looking person has some of my similar features at the time. Yeah, Billy Ocean was my main one that I would get all the time. And if you've not seen, hold on, because some of y'all don't know who that is. Okay. This right here, matter of fact, this is a good picture, actually. Hold on. See, look, now I'm getting sidetracked. I'm getting super sidetracked with all this stuff. But yeah, they say this is me right here. Shout out to Billy Ocean. This is him when he was older, obviously, but in the 80s, he looked different, clearly. But they say that's you Billy Ocean. Any dark-skinned person that look like me, I get called everything. Chubby Checker, a little bit of everybody. Mr. Hawkslight says, a Nigerian princess fell in love with me, so I sent $1,000 in gift cards so she could marry me. Is that what I saw? That's crazy. Oh, you guys laughing? So that Billy Ocean comparison was on point? Oh, okay, I'm with it. I see what my friends are. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's okay. It's totally fine. But no, I'm just playing. Shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all for rocking and rolling. So look, not only are you rocking and rolling, but you guys are traveling. Y'all went a little bit of everywhere over the holiday break. Okay, look. So this was Thanksgiving Day. All the flights happening all over the USA. This is a record-setting day. The most air traffic recorded in the past 15 years in the USA. Okay. The most air traffic in the past 15 years. Now, they say there is a recession. They say the economy is suffering. I can't tell. I can't tell from this right here. Because let's go back 15 years. It's been quite a while. You're talking about what, 2010? That's quite a while. So, that's pre-pandemic. And we're way past the pandemic at this point. So what can be the cause for this? Y'all let me know. Oh, like you guys still continuing. I've not heard Idris Elba. I've not really heard that one. But I've heard, y'all said something. Oh, Samuel L. Jackson. I've heard that one. I'm offended by that. I'm offended. If you say that, I'm calling the police on you. I'm telling somebody I'm a tattletale on you if you say that. Matter of fact, if you say I look like Samuel L. Jackson and you got an accent, I'm calling ICE. It is what it is. Hey, man, get this guy out of here. He didn't call me Samuel L. Jackson. Pick him up. Get him. And if it ain't no accent, I'm going to look at your vehicle. You got expired tags. You got a flat tire, window tint too dark. I'm calling the cops. So don't do it. But anyway, now this is going to be Dublin, California. Very long lines for an outlet mall. Do we have sound? No sound on this. Very long lines for an outlet mall. Now, there's supposed to be a recession. I can't tell. Look at this line going to the outlets. And you know, every Christmas, or I would say holiday time, you get increased traffic in these kind of areas. But that right there, I mean, goodness gracious. Would y'all get in that line for Black Friday sale? And it's crazy because you have lines like this, although a lot of your shopping is done online. Everybody's on Amazon. Everybody's just adding stuff to the cart, using Klarna to pay for it, right? But people still are going outside to go get some things. All right, so again, it's going to be Dublin, California. Now, where is that? Is that Southern California? Look, I'm not a California guy. I'm not a surfer boy, radical. I don't know nothing about that. Hold on. So Dublin, this is going to be, that's like, I guess, what is that like? That's considered Bay Area, East Bay. Yeah, I guess that's like East Bay. So that's kind of like inland a little bit. It's like, okay, if you get Oakland right here on the bay, Dublin is like inside, away from the bay, away from the actual water, but not that far from Oakland and San Fran and all that good stuff. All right. Now, this is going to be Disneyland. And the caption says, go to Disneyland in early November, they said. It won't be busy, they said. Low wait times, they said. So let's look at Disney. Okay, we got music. I ain't going to play that. Let's look at Disneyland in early November. So we got quite a few people out there. Quite a few. I don't know about y'all, but I feel like it's a little bit too crowded. It's a little bit too crowded. That's not really my cup of tea. Y'all know, being from Virginia, we had our own amusement parks, theme parks. We didn't have these big. We had people that would travel to come to our parks, Busch Gardens being one of them because of the theme, Kings Dominion, stuff like that. People would travel, but not quite the same way they go to travel for Disneyland, Disney World. So I'm glad that we had something that was kind of an attraction, but not a major attraction to the point where you couldn't get around. Lines are long. But hey, maybe it's a good experience for the youngins, especially if you got kids. It's a good experience for them, good experience for their family. How you guys, do you like Disneyland, Disney World? Again, I like theme parks, but I want to be able to enjoy my experience. What I feel about amusement parks, theme parks, and what would you rank them? Do you have any theme parks or anything like that near you that you went to or that you go to consistently? Y'all let me know. Six Flags is kind of like a good spot as well. That's not a super heavy travel because you got them in different parts of the country. Hold on. Fred says Busch Gardens owned by Anheuser-Busch, a.k.a. Budweiser. That is correct. That is correct. Are we going to boycott Busch Gardens because of the whole Bud Light thing? I hope not. I'm not going to let Dylan Mulvaney. Dylan Mulvaney, I can't tell the difference at this point because a lot of the Transformers go do stuff crazy. But anyway, Dylan Mulvaney is not going to ruin Busch Gardens for me. Now, this is going to be a Target. You got a Black Friday sale. People were out there 3:50 a.m. and before, camping all night to reach the opening at 6 a.m. Now, let's see what they got for all their time waiting out there. And it appears to be cold. People are wrapped up, blankets, jackets, hoodies. Let's see what they got for all their troubles, shall we?
Oh my God, bro.
Okay, so yeah, they didn't really get quite that much for their time. People got excited, got a little ticket. Okay, I got my number. I'm excited. What we going to do? We going to get a bag. And then once they get the bag, what do we have? We got some Uno cards, some nerds. We got like random gas station accessories, random things you get from the front of the gas station. Okay, when you going into a Love's truck stop, you get that kind of stuff right at the very front. You got to use a bathroom and you coming out through the aisle. Maybe you get a drink, a pack of gum, some nerds to stay awake on the road. And maybe if you got a long trip, pack of Uno cards. You could play that to pass the time while you done pulled over and got a nice barbecue sandwich from Buc-ee's. That's kind of what that appears to be like to me. All right. So how would you feel if you were outside all night at Target trying to get one of these grab bags and you get gas station goodies? How would you feel about that? Hey, man. You couldn't look. What I don't want is a mystery bag. Don't give me a mystery bag. Just tell me what I'm going to get. If I'm going to go wait somewhere, let me know what's available. And if it makes sense for me to wait out there, then I'll wait out there. But beyond that, I don't want no surprises. I'm not trying to get handed a bag full of Tic Tacs and, a tube of chapstick. I don't want that for it to be out there all night. But shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all for rocking and rolling. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Now, I saw there was a boycott. Hold on. I saw there was a boycott. Matter of fact, thank you to the person that said something about the boycott because I almost forgot about that particular thing. I saw there was a boycott, but I'm like, what's the purpose? Like, what is the actual reason? Okay. We got somebody talking about not shopping at Target. It's weird. Okay, another Black Friday. Hold on. Okay, wait. There was one. All right. Let's just show this one. I think this will work. Okay, and shout out to whoever this lady is. I don't know her. But there's been some things floating around on the Chinese app talking about boycott Black Friday. Boycott Black Friday. Matter of fact, I remember now. It was Jennifer Lewis. She was an actress talking about Black Friday. And one thing that I was asking was, what's the purpose? Here we go. That's what I wanted to show. Thank you for your patience, everybody. Now, who she is, if you don't know her, it don't even matter because this is a thing that has been all over the internet. And it's not just her. It's quite a few others who have been saying the same thing. So let's watch.
Hey, is everybody on track? Because this Friday ain't black. Because we ain't buying shit. We ain't buying shit. Well, I stand up and never quit. We ain't buying shit.
I'm sorry for the language, but let's keep going.
From the 25th of November to the 5th of December, remember, we ain't buying shit. We ain't buying shit. This Friday ain't black. 'Cause we got each other's back. We ain't buying shit.
Okay, that is quite enough. All right, Jennifer Lewis, everybody. Again, she's an actress, been around for a long time. What I know her from the most is being one of Will Smith's aunts on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That's where I know Jennifer Lewis from. But beyond that, I don't really know. Oh, she was also on a show called Blackish with Anthony Anderson and Tracy Ellis Ross. She was the mom. She might have been Anthony's mom. I don't know. I never watched that show, but I kind of knew what the cast was going to be. Anyway, so here's my question to all those who say we should boycott Black Friday and beyond. What is the purpose? What is the actual purpose? Now, some, when I ask that question, they'll say, well, look at Target and what happened. First of all, don't think that a boycott of Target that happened early this year, whenever that was, don't think that that is what caused them to dip in the sales. Target sales dipped because there was an economy dip. And everybody went to Wallet World instead. That's kind of what was going on. Okay, so don't look at it that way. But let's just say that the so-called black boycott of Target caused them to lose money. Okay, how did black people benefit from that? I'll wait. How did anyone benefit from that? What good did that do? So my thing is, okay, you want to do a boycott? Fantastic. Great. I have questions, especially if you want me to be involved. You come to me and say, hey, ABL, we boycotting Target. I'm going to ask you why. And if you get to stumbling and stammering and stuttering around, I'm like, okay, what are we talking about exactly? Why should I do that? If you don't have an actual reason why I should do something, then I'm not going to do it because it doesn't make any sense. I'm only going to do things that make sense. If you ask me to jump from this bridge, I'm like, okay, why would I do that? I'm going to fall. I'm going to die. It's weird. I don't understand the whole boycott thing. I think maybe some people are trying to just make people feel comfortable for not having no money. I don't know. But beyond that, nah, we're not boycotting. Unless, here's my thing. If you don't want to spend money, if you don't want to go to a store, let it be because of your own personal opinion, your own viewpoint. The whole thing of buying into social media boycotts without knowing any details, without having any kind of game plan, I don't really get it. Okay, now here's somebody else talking about it. I've not watched this, but I want to hear her perspective.
Abandoned aisles, fragile financial, shrinking staff. This holiday season, the solution for Target seems clear. Apologize and recommit to equity. But the longer Target pretends nothing's wrong, the harder making up becomes. Because while the company quietly broke up with thousands of black women all across America, many of us stopped believing in corporate DEI. Not equity itself, but the powerless, performative DEI corporations just roll out when they want a little bit of PR. Yeah, that kind. And I felt it firsthand. My company, Black Press, had a contract with Target. They advertised with us in efforts to reach black audiences, and we delivered. We exceeded every metric, and then Target ghosted us. Shortly after, they rolled back their DEI commitments, and we got the message. Meanwhile, much of the national coverage of the boycott.
Let's pause. I'm not going to show the pimping pastor, Jamal Bryant, with his baby mamas, illegitimate children from the flock. I ain't going to show him. I'm going to go back to her. So my question is, what was the economic impact of your company, of your press, of your PR, of your promotion? What was the economic impact? You say you had an impact, but that's just you telling us. What was the actual impact? If they ghosted you and they made money from you, that's just dumb on their end. DEI, no DEI. If they made money and they ghosted you, that's stupid. They probably didn't make that much from you. You see, here's what happened with DEI, all this stuff. It wasn't really helping the bottom line. Just because they lost money during that time where there was a so-called protest does not mean it's because of the whole DEI thing. Again, it's the economy dipping. It's a low-cost store that's not as low cost as Walmart, but not as high cost as other places. So they kind of got caught in the middle during the economic downturn. It's simple. So yeah, shout out to Target. I mean, for real, really, I've not really seen a big dip in the Target traffic. I've not really seen a huge dip. If anything, again, it's because they're expensive. What do y'all think? Do you think that there was an effort to weaken Target, and has it actually worked? That'd be my question. But anyway, Thanksgiving. Have you guys seen this? The woman acting out the ways to talk to your parents who are, I guess, conservative or Trumplicans. Have you seen this? Now, the thing she advises you do to speak to your family members who are conservatives, whether they be your mom, your dad, your aunt, your uncle, I do not recommend that, because some of your family members will stomp you clean in the wine if you speak to them this way. Let's watch.
Macaroni cheese, everybody freeze. Aunt Kim, take a big deep breath with me, okay? Smell the flowers. Blow out the candles. There it is. See? Nobody is taking your Trump away. You can have Trump time on the iPad after dinner, but we're just going to chat for a couple minutes. Got it. We don't feel that way about the grown-ups that we elect, friend. Take a look at all the things you have with his name on them. Can we count together? 1, 2, boop, boop, catch a bubble. Nope, I know you saw something on Facebook, but those are just stories. The left does not hate America, friend. They want you to have health care. Okay, let's think in our brains. If you believe every American institution is evil, are you sure you love America? Oh, we don't have to talk about socialism again. I know that is way too scary for you right now. Well, next door also told you that your HOA was going to force everyone to speak Spanish. And was that true? No. Okay, well, we're going to be all done with the terrorist word, or Trump time is not going to happen.
Look, do not talk to your aunt, your mom, or anybody like this. If I talk to my mom like that, listen, she 5 foot something. She will punch me dead in all, look, all of this right here will be caved all the way in. I don't want no smoke. Okay. And really, all BS jokes aside, I would not talk like that to my family members. That's not even respectful. I wouldn't even do a video like that. That's disrespectful. That's not kind. That's not respecting your elders. It's crazy. Furthermore, I like how some of these people on the left make it seem like their elders believe whatever they see on Facebook, believe whatever they see on the internet, and that's poisoning their mind. Meanwhile, they doom scrolling TikTok hours and hours and hours and hours a night, believing whatever they see. People are coming to me asking me questions. I'm like, where'd you get that from? Exactly. You got it from your favorite TikTok influencer. You saw a 2-second video, didn't even see the whole video. The video was 5 seconds. You watched 2 seconds of it and made an opinion. And then you want to take that to your aunt and say, you stop watching Facebook. You stop barely watching TikTok and developing this brain pattern that can't stay on task with anything. Okay. You're not really any better. So my advice would be leave the political talk alone. What I would do is what I do. I would suggest that rather than trying to talk to your aunt about Trump and how bad he is, say, you know what, auntie, I ain't going to talk about it. All I want to do is enjoy my holiday with you and the family. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. Because trying to be the arbiter of truth, I think not. So yeah, shout out to her. Hey, that is very disrespectful. Very, very disrespectful. That's not the way you talk to your elders at all. And in some households, you get popped right in your head with whatever is available. A utensil, a wooden spoon, a shoe, whatever is going to go flying across the room. You never seen mashed potatoes get tossed like pizza before until you do something like that in the wrong household. But yeah, shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all for rocking and rolling. All righty. We got some more people going Thanksgiving dinner, doing stuff like this. Again, Thanksgiving time, holidays, anything like that. You're around your family. Just enjoy your family. All this extra stuff, please don't do it. Be nice.
Oh. You guys know what I'm grateful for? Immigrants. I'm grateful for immigrants in America.
Look, I love the slow clap. Like, okay, Darlene, thank you for that interjection. Meanwhile, we're over here talking. You're at the little kids table. We're at the adults table talking about what adults talk about. I mean, for real, at a certain point, you know what that's like? That's like when your niece or nephew does a cartwheel. Oh, that was so good, Jenny. Very, very good cartwheel. It was like that. You expect somebody that's like a child to go just interject to do something to get attention. But Susan, you're like 28 years old. Are we going to do a cartwheel right now at dinner, or what's going on? So yeah, hey man, shout out to you guys who are adults and talk like regular people. And if you're still in that infantile stage at 30 years old, I would say go ahead and just step it up, grow up. Okay, we got another one. Okay, looking a little bit orange. Okay, Orange Lady Bad.
And put in cages. God cares about men and women being swished away from their home with no court order.
Let me ask you a question.
God was an immigrant.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
God was an immigrant.
God is a spirit, and God
That's-
And put in cages.
Okay, so there's a lot going on. First of all, you guys see your shirt? Look at that. Now, that's not very nice. That's kind of some cuss words right there. And I don't use such language. All right, that's rule number one. Look, if I went to any one of my family members' house with a shirt like that, and it don't matter if it said F Trump, F Biden, I would not be allowed in the premises. And furthermore, they would know that I know to not do that. They'd be like, Anthony, are you okay? They would be like, yo, are you all right? Is it something wrong with you? Are you depressed? Are you sad? You want us to, you need a hug? They would say that something was wrong with me. Furthermore, a lot of your really big anti-Trump people, they're the most obsessed with Trump. You got on Trump merch. You're literally wearing Trump merch. And you know what's funny is that she'd be the one to try to tell the auntie that has on the Trump hat that she's obsessed. Meanwhile, you got on the whole Trump shirt and no pants, just a straight t-shirt with Trump on it. It's like, it might as well be a Trump Snuggie. Yo, TDS is so real. It is so real. If I was a psychiatrist right now, hey, man, I would specialize in Trump derangement syndrome. That'd be my whole thing. I put a sign out in front of my door, TDS specialist. Yeah, call me if you got a family member that got TDS, and we can arrange an intervention. I sit everybody down. Here she come with the F Trump shirt. Susan, yes, my name is Dr. Logan, and your family, they're concerned about you. What have I done? Your Trump derangement syndrome is getting a little bit out of hand, and they want to ensure your safety. So right here is all up. That's what I would do. That's what I would do if I was a therapist. Free idea. Hey, if you're in school right now, or if you got a practice and you want to have like a different little wing of your practice, that's a ready-made business idea right there. Boom. $100,000 the first month you're going to make. Hand over fist money. All right. Now, what's this one about? I forgot. Oh, yeah. So look, the funniest thing about Thanksgiving are those who cry about, oh, well, the Indians this and the Indians that. Listen, the natives, the whites, the blacks, all sacrifice something, some kind of way to build this nation. It is what it is. We could look back and say they did this and they did that. But truthfully, if you want to be all the way real, no one has clean hands here. Everybody got dirt. Everybody got blood on their hands. Nobody's innocent. The white's not innocent. The black's not innocent. The native's not innocent. Because let's go back to Africa, who were selling the black slave to the Europeans and to the Arabs and to other blacks. Me, my ancestors, and then the whites bought the slaves, abused whatever, wiped the natives out. Okay, the natives were warring among themselves before the white man came, and the natives had black slaves. On the Trail of Tears, the natives took their black slaves with them. They did not end slavery among natives until 1866, 1 year post-slavery. So nobody's innocent. Can't nobody say I was a victim here. If you want to be all the way real. Anyway, I digress. Let's watch this.
While everyone's eating and enjoying their meals today, I want you to remember that this holiday is predicated on the fact that white men stole this land from the indigenous people and forced them to break bread.
All right, there we go. So they stole this land. The white man stole the land from indigenous people. Were all indigenous just one group? Were there not different nations of indigenous people? Were there not warring amongst indigenous peoples? But was it all just one big thing? Was that what was going on? No, it wasn't. The white man came and was just superior when it came to the warfare, so they were able to dominate all the natives for the most part. But the natives, with what they had, could not necessarily dominate all of each other, although they may have tried. And although in some cases they were successful. In Africa, there was warring among different tribes of people. Nigeria today is still fractured because it's not just one people there. Everybody look like me to a certain extent, but they're not the same people. Different languages, religion, culture, everything is different. So yeah, the whole thing about, oh, Thanksgiving, man, listen, at this point, it's an American holiday. We can appreciate this nation for what it is, and we can appreciate the sacrifice that everybody made. And again, ain't nobody the victim, because everybody was trying to defeat everybody. Everybody's trying to battle for resources. Everybody's trying to come up. I have met people in my real life that they know their family traded slaves in Africa. In Africa, said, yes, we traded slaves. A friend of mine, the person told me they were not very happy about it, but they did tell me that happened. And also, here's something else. If you're a black person or a native, you probably got the blood of the slave and the slave owner in you, whether that was native slave owner, a white slave owner, a black slave owner, or all the above. Anyway, if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. What's you guys' opinion about the whole native, stolen land, all that good stuff? What's your opinion about that? My opinion is, look, it happened. It is what it is. Ain't nobody innocent here. Everybody got blood on their hands. Everybody, it's okay at a certain point. It's all right. I'm not really tripping about that. We could just move on and move forward. Because if you can't move on and move forward, then what else are you going to do? Just keep crying about it until you can't cry no more, until you got no more tear buds left? I'm not really a big fan of that. All right, so Tucker Carlson, I'm going to talk about him right quick. Tucker Carlson at one point was ringing the alarm about Islam and how it could take over a nation. Now, here's my thing about Islam and Muslims in general. I don't hate Muslims. I don't think they're terrible people. The ones I know, at least. But what I do know about Islam is if you let it take hold in the place, the culture of your place will change. It will not be the same. And when you allow Muslims to take over, or specifically when you allow Islamic ideology to take over, you're going to have terror attacks. You're going to have that a lot more. We just saw it with the dude from Afghanistan who was with the CIA in Kandahar. We just saw it. Another guy got arrested for trying to set a bomb. It's always like that wherever you go. I was watching something about, what was it? Thailand? It was somewhere. It was somewhere in Southeast Asia. I think it was Thailand. Okay. And there was I think it might have been Bangladesh, like on the border of Bangladesh and somewhere. Hold on. It was on the border of Bangladesh and Malaysia. Not Malaysia, pardon me. Myanmar. Burma. So there's like a conflict happening right now in Burma. And a big part of that is the Muslims. The Rohingya are Muslim. So what happens with the Rohingya is that they launch terror attacks all the time. And the people that are not Rohingya, they're not Muslim, attack them because it's too much. Before I move on, the Rohingya, one good example. There's always little attacks from the Rohingya because Muslims do that at a certain point. Not all, but if you got a lot of them in one place, it's going to happen. So they kept doing little attacks, and the response from neighbor people will be kind of like enough, but not over the top. There was one attack that I guess went too far, and then they said, oh, well, there was an overreaction on the Rohingya. Was it an overreaction, or were the people who live in that area, like monks and stuff like this, tired of the Muslims continuously launching terror attacks? Depending upon who you ask, the Rohingya are the victim. If you ask somebody else, they're the perpetrators. And a force that is a cancer that's got to go. But anyway, here's Tucker kind of changing his mind on the whole situation of Muslims. All right, let's watch.
Never had an argument with a Muslim, with an actual Muslim. I'm from Bangladesh. I'm a Muslim. We probably agree on a lot. It's the secular self-hating whites that stand up from the table and leave when I'm eating with them here.
About Sharia law. A strikingly large number of Muslims would like to see it supplant civil law in the countries in which they live.
Did you feel threatened walking around?
No, not at all.
Of course.
Again, who's going to do anything? Pakistanis are all super nice to me, and the whites are all kind of craven and sad. No, you're totally safe here, man.
In the United States, driven by people like Tommy Robinson here.
Who's Tommy Robinson?
You know Tommy Robinson.
He seems like a fraud to me.
Well, he's not even Tommy Robinson. His name's Stephen Yaxley. It's not even his real name. He's also convicted of multiple crimes, thuggery, fraud.
I don't even know anything about him, but he doesn't seem... I don't even know anything about him, but he...
The United Kingdom has become a mere shadow of the nation that gave us freedom of speech, freedom of the press, a host of other rights that we take for granted but probably should not take for granted. Nobody knows that better than Tommy Robinson. In May of this year, he was arrested for attempting to cover the trial of a sexual grooming gang in the UK. For speaking out loud on the sidewalk, he was taken to prison.
So, okay, Tommy Robinson has been trying for a long time to ring the alarm about what's happening in UK with the takeover of the Pakistani people, how there's very few actual Europeans in London. Even it's a dwindling number, even on the outside, the countryside of, in England. And the issue is the cultural problem. That's going to be the issue. If you're able to bring people in and they match culturally and things go smoothly, there's no problem. But when you bring them in and things don't go smoothly, there's going to be issues. And people are saying, okay, well, what can we do to fix it? The issue with Europe in general, not just UK, but Europe, US, all of the Western world is a low birth rate. So they keep bringing in so many people that don't really match. That's going to be an issue. That's going to be a big time issue. If something happening, somebody said something about DFW, what's going on? Why are you spamming Dallas-Fort Worth DFW, Arlie? Is there something happening? Let me just check right quick. If you're spamming, I'm calling the cops. Hold on. DFW Airport. What's happening? I don't see anything. It's a ground stop at the airport. Come on now. That's not really, it's kind of regular. I thought it was going to be some kind of incident, some kind of attack or something like this. Or maybe that was just like a traffic jam. You're talking about that. You're looking at an earlier part of the stream. But Tucker, I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with Tucker. I don't really get it. Here's a little bit more about the whole, I love Muslims now, but back in the day on Fox News, I was saying that they're going to take over. It's going to be a problem. But you know what? Here's something about Tucker and a lot of other people who are on social media now. They have money behind them that may make them speak favorably of a group they did not speak favorably of before. So we all know Tucker has money from Qatar or Qatar, however you want to say it, Middle Eastern country. If you get a big bag of money from a Muslim country, would you say bad things about Muslims? I'm not saying that's the reason why he's offering this tone, but I'm just saying that could be a reason why. Anyway.
I do think, again, that the over-amplification of the Islam problem, as people put it, or the Muslim problem, has been massively overstated.
Well, that's an obviously.
Yeah.
Hate the Muslims. No, we know where that's coming from.
Obviously. I don't like it.
I hate it. How is hate the Muslims better than hate the Christians or hate the Jews?
It's not. It's all the same.
Not. It's the same.
Hatred is hatred is hatred.
I totally agree.
It doesn't matter who you're hating. The moment you're in the hate game, then I think you're losing whatever argument is you're trying to have.
I totally agree. I've never had an argument with a Muslim, with an actual Muslim. I'm from Bangladesh. I'm a Muslim. We probably agree on a lot. It's the secular self-hating whites that stand up from the table and leave when I'm eating with them here. Just saying. So I'm not hating on the Muslims at all. Or bad Muslims or bad everybody. I like the Bangladeshis better than I like the liberal whites in your country. A lot more. They've never yelled at me. I'm not attacking them. I think I have a lot more in common with the Pakistani cab driver than I do with the average Guardian staffer who's white.
There are lots of.
So let me ask you a question, because some may say you got a good point, ABL. Do you guys have more in common with your regular run-of-the-mill, Pakistani or somebody like that in a cab versus the writer at the Guardian, the white liberal? What do y'all think?
White people who behave very badly in this country.
Well, I've met them, and they yell at me. So, yes, I just for the fifth time, I have more in common with the sincerely religious Pakistani cab driver than I do with anyone who works at the Times of London. That is just a fact. I don't like those people. I don't want to eat with them. And they're white.
All right, there we go. So very interesting, Tucker. Has he evolved in this view, or is there an ulterior motive? Very interesting, Tucker. What's going on, bro? I don't know. Maybe he evolved. Maybe it's that Qatar money, or maybe he's just talking about those specific people. Okay, you just a regular normie in your cab, something like this, and then you're white liberal. But see, the point is with the Islamic thing, it's hard for you to know who's going to be on your side and who's not. The guy who did the attack in DC worked with the CIA in Afghanistan. He was on our side. We grant him asylum over here. We treat him well, in my humble opinion, and he still does that. Because a lot of that culture is still here. It's still inside you. To say, you know what, I'm frustrated, I'm not making no money, I'm going to just go do a terror attack. That's kind of what it boils down to, in my humble opinion. The guy had a job working at Amazon, and when he got pulled over by the police, well, there was one guy, not the guy who did that attack. There was another guy, a separate guy, I believe, who had shot some officers when he got pulled over, talking about some, oh, well, I work at Amazon and this country sucks and all this, that, and the third. It's like, man, look, you crying about regular everyday things that Americans are going through. Welcome to America. You thought it was going to be easy. You could just sit on your hind parts and do nothing and get money all day. It's not like that. It's not like that. If you want to have a simple life where you don't do much, go back to Afghanistan. If you want to actually, be ambitious and really go for it, stay in America. If you can't handle America, it's okay. Go back. All right. But if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Yeah, brought his family over, wife and kids, all of that. And then you're mad. It's like, yo, your kids are going to be able to grow up and get educated for once. Okay. You're going to have a more secure place to live. We're giving you grace and you do that to us. How can you really tell who's going to do that? Again, there needs to be vetting of compatible cultures to reduce the issue. It don't matter what color somebody is. You got white Muslims like the people in Dagestan, in Russia, like Khabib. You got white, black, whatever. Vet everybody to make sure they're on the same page culturally with the USA. Because if you're not doing that, you're going to have problems that may happen immediately or later or multiple times somewhere in between. All right, so this is about Trump apparently having cognitive decline. This is a doctor, Vin Gupta. Shout out to you, bro. Okay, straight from India. Vin Gupta says that Trump has declined, but in 2024, he said something different about Joe Biden. Of course, right? All right, let's watch.
Cardiovascularly, he's in excellent shape. I'm a pulmonologist. I see this all the time in octogenarians. I think he's actually quite high functioning as an octogenarian and keeping up that schedule. And so, just from this is a subjective conversation. Zeke is offering his opinion. I can tell you what I see in my own clinic, and what I see clinically, I think Joe Biden is actually quite robust relative to what we see normal aging at 81.
But it's clear that there's age-related cognitive decline. I mean, that's obvious. His response to somebody fainting in the Oval Office really conveyed that. He didn't show any signs of concern. He didn't really do anything. He was slow to respond. And that slowness and fatigue you're seeing more and more in his public events. So that's one. 2, he's confused a lot. 3, he sometimes mumbles sort of incoherent nonsense when he's asked a question in the press pool in the Oval Office. So all these things, when this constellation of just him being him. Imagine if President Biden did any of those things.
What do you mean if President Biden did any of those things? President Biden was constantly showing signs of obvious decline. And it's okay because he's like 1,000 years old. I get it. But just last year, when it was painfully obvious, you were saying, oh, he looks great to be an octogenarian, trying to like downplay it, trying to say, well, he's 80 years old, so it's okay. He has some things going on, but it looks really good. Now, Trump doesn't get that same grace. He's also octogenarian, but, he looked confused and he'll know what's going on. It's bias happening. See, this is what I was talking about. And I said this on a podcast recently. Shout out to Millionaire Mindset Podcast. I put up like 2 shorts from that here. If you want to see the full podcast I was on, just go to one of those shorts and it'll be tagged in the description. Millionaire Mindset Podcast with Xavier Miller. Shout out to you, bro, if you're watching. But I said it right there on that podcast about what's happening here. It's clear what's happening. But Joe was terrible throughout the entire time. Everybody knows it. Trump is pretty good. He's old. Everybody knows it. He's pawpaw. Everybody knows it. But Trump looks much better than Joe does. 100%. Okay, it's not even really close. But it's okay. We could just lie. And on the podcast, I forgot to make the point. On the podcast, what I was saying was the media cannot really be trusted. They can only be trusted to say that something happened specifically. Just like when Charlie was shot, you could turn on the TV and say, okay, the media are reporting this, so it's got to be true. Hunter Biden laptop story with New York Post. It's got to be true that the story is not, that the story has to be real. It's got to be authentic, because if the media put something like that as false, they could be sued out of existence. So that's what the media is for, in my humble opinion. But when they get to opining, giving their opinion, giving their 2 cents, then you get them to, then they begin to craft narratives and omit certain things and downplay some people and overplay other people. That's how they do. They craft narratives by being wormy with language. I don't like that from the mainstream media, which is why they can't really be trusted. And that was a great example right there from Dr. quote unquote Vin Gupta from, what was that, Comedy News Network? Anyway, deportation. Let's talk about that right quick. Is Trump going too far with the deportations? And before I get to this video, how is Trump going too far with the deportations when Barack Obama deported many, many more than Trump has so far in the same period of time? Many, many more. How is Trump going too far? If Trump's going too far, then why wasn't Barack Obama going too far? How was it any different? It's got to be the same exact thing. Now, this is a great response to the question of, is Trump going too far?
Different.
Y'all know my opinion. Y'all know my perspective. But let's hear another perspective. Also a very good one in my humble opinion. Let's let it rock.
The difference between being kind, and to me, my faith is, one thing is being nice to people from different lands, but they also have to be respectful of our laws. And everybody wants to come to the United States because we have a great economy, have a lot of opportunity, but there's a process to do that. My family has been here since at least the 1700s. There's no one that's gave us a free $1,400 debit card. No one gave us a free apartment. No one gave us anything free. We had to work for it. So there is a process. And if we respect all people, that means that the people that come here need to respect our laws. And that's all that we're saying. We allowed 20 million immigrants in here legally since 2000. How much is too much, and how much are we going to put the burden on the taxpayers? Because the money has to come from somewhere. Yeah. It's just common sense.
So, Maria, I see you nod.
Very, very well said, sir. Very well said. Look, we've been here hundreds of years. We were the first ones to get to this new place that became America. Aside from the natives, they were already here, but we got here. Now, speaking about me personally, we got here in the 1600s in Virginia. We were the very first ones. And as far as I know, in my family lineage, there was no free apartment, free this, free that. We didn't do government assistance at all, ever. Never. Nobody in my family did it on either side. We were not on that. Okay. We just weren't those kind of people. So why are these illegal aliens coming over here, getting government benefits, getting all kinds of special treatment? Hey, you know what? If you have no driver's license, don't worry about it. You could drive with no license. You're an American doing that? Well, we're going to arrest you, throw you on the ground, break your finger, all of that, get you locked up for no license. And that's okay. But if it's okay for us to get that kind of treatment, then it is okay for the migrants as well. They should also do stuff like, I don't know, pay insurance, come here legally, don't commit crime. They do so much that we got to pay for. The healthcare, they don't have healthcare. And they were trying to get that passed through Congress to pay for illegal aliens' healthcare. We did not want that. And again, the number I always cite from a study in 2023 or 24, a GOP House study said that we the people in the USA spend $450 billion with a B, $450 billion per year on migrants. So what's going on with that? All we're saying is it's very expensive. We can't afford it. And Americans are paying all this money in taxes to compete with these migrants for jobs and the newly lowered wages because of all the migrant labor. Enough's enough. Enough is enough. So yeah, my man said it 100% all the way right. All the way. Look, EBT, food stamps, no license, all kind of vouchers, all kind of whatever they want. It's fine. It's totally fine. All right, now.
Yeah, just wondering if
we're over in UK, and my man is asking the question that I love people to ask of these protesters, quote unquote. Are you willing to adopt a refugee? When you take the refugees into your home, you want them to be here so much. Are you going to do what's needed to take care of them? What's up? Let's see. Let's watch.
Yeah, just wondering if you'd like to go down on a list saying you're willing to take the refugees into your home.
Of course not. Only problem is I rent.
You rent?
Yeah.
Maybe an issue?
Yeah, because they've got, well...
Going on a list of people that's actually willing to adopt a refugee and take them into your home?
No, I'm sorry, I can't.
You can't take one?
Can't.
You don't have the space? My name's Jim.
Jim.
Just because you've got that refugees welcome here, I'm just wondering if you'd like to go on a list of people that's willing to actually adopt a refugee and take them into your home?
Well, if I had any space, I would.
If you had any space.
It wouldn't be...
Right. Excuse me, sir. Would you be willing to adopt a refugee?
I would be willing, yeah, if I had the space.
If you had the space?
Yeah.
So, where should we put them then?
Where should we put them?
Yeah. Would you be willing to have a refugee?
Hey, look, everybody got the same answer. I forgot the space. I forgot the space. In it, no space in it. And then they say, okay, where you gonna put them? Exactly.
In your own?
Yes, if I had room.
If you had room, it's funny that.
Yeah.
All right, smashing. Yep. Excuse me, my love, will you go on my list of people that's willing to adopt a refugee?
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Any reason in particular?
I don't... What sort of refugee are you talking about?
Thank you, love.
Hey, you know what? If you got one of them Polish, maybe. But Afghan, I don't know if I want that. But you out here with a sign that said refugees welcome. So is it only certain kinds that are welcome? Like, what's really going on? It's funny how nobody wants to adopt the refugee. Oh, I haven't got the space. I haven't got the space. Oh, okay, sure. I believe that. Yeah. I know I got little small houses and whatnot in UK. You don't have no McMansions really in UK. I get it. Especially in London. I understand. But still, if you don't have the space, then who has the space? Where are they going to go? One thing about the migrants, and I'm not sure how it is in UK, but over in US, you got a housing issue because of all these new people. Where are we going to put all these bodies at? People talking about, oh, there's not enough housing in America. There's not enough housing. Well, if we deported a lot of illegal aliens, all of a sudden you got housing that frees up. Imagine that. But yeah, shout out to them. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff that'll help me out tremendously. Yeah, put him in the Charles, put him in the palace, and put him in Buckingham. Put him over there. Same thing they did with Martha's Vineyard. Same thing they did with Martha's Vineyard. Put them right there. Hey, if you try to put one migrant in Buckingham Palace immediately, I'm talking about instantly, that the guards, the dude that be on Facebook with the horse, he gonna be running up on them instantly. They're gonna be out of there. You're not gonna have any migrants, refugees, immigrants, stowaways, castaways. None of them will be in Buckingham Palace, but they'll be right in your backyard. That's fine. All right, now. This is going to be Robert, Colorado. Does anybody pickety English Does anyone speak the English in this Walmart in Aurora, Colorado? What's going on? Let's watch.
Don't speak English in Walmart. Who can help me that actually speaks English? He speak you say amigo. He speak Spanish too?
Yes.
No, I need English.
Not speak English.
I need English. So you work here. Can you go get me someone that speaks English?
Not speak English.
I know that. But go get somebody that speak English. You still have to assist the customer. Go get somebody that speak English. Come on. Let's go get English. English. Vamonos. English. Vamonos. I know it. Look, she work here. I need English. You the third person that don't speak English. I need English. Who speak English? Huh?
Look, at this point, look, I understand her frustration. I get it 100%. But you go to a Wally World, places like some parts of the country you go, they're not going to speak you no English. You're on your own. You want some help, man, you better figure it out. You better go on the app and try to search for your question. You better ask Google. You better call the 1-800 number and be like, yo, I'm in this Walmart. Can you tell me where the hot dogs and whatnot are? All right, I'll A6. Okay, cool. Because Rosalinda or whoever that is right there, Marisol, she don't know speaking no English. Okay. No lo sé, mi amigo, no lo sé. No English. That's how they be. And then sometimes they might pick you the English, but then they don't want to do nothing. They don't want to actually help you. They just want to kind of do their own thing. But that's where we are right now, 2025. You go to a Wally World, you go to some of these places, English ain't really no thing. Go to imagine going to a fast food joint, you pull up, and they say something like, "Cuánto dinero?" It's like, excuse me? "Cuánto dinero? Do you pick it in English? How about that? Do you pick it in English? El Managerio, where is he at?" It's got to be frustrating when you don't speak none of these languages and you can't really communicate. Very frustrating. In America, especially. Now, if you go to Mexico, if you go to Spain or Japan somewhere, and talking about some arigato, all this and that, okay, I get it. I'm in your world. I'm in your country. I need to be able to adapt to you. But when you come here, you got to be able to adapt to us. Okay, that's how it's got to be. All right, but anyway, this woman says if you took all the MAGA men, all the MAGAs, all the MAGA males from age 15 to 30 and replaced them with the migrants, violence against women and children would decrease to almost 0%. Now, here's my question. Before we even get into it, which migrants are we talking about? Which migrants are we talking about? Because a lot of these migrants, you're going to get the rate of violence against them to shoot through the roof. Through the roof, especially if there's no MAGA men to protect the women. Y'all going to be at their mercy. Your MAGA men are going to be your police, your security, guys that actually do physical things, guys that have the strength, guys that can shoot. If you're left with your liberal counterparts, your man buns, the Trader Joe cashiers who are transitioning, okay, his breasts and stuff is trying to come in like he's, I'm doing too much. Anyway, if you got them to protect you, you're going to be out back. But anyway, let me stop and just let her get her point across. Okay. And there we go. Let's rock.
Unpopular opinion, but if we took all MAGA men from ages 18 to 50 and replaced them with immigrants, violence against women and children would decrease to almost 0%. Unpopular opinion.
Okay, so what do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about that? Would that actually work? First of all, you're bringing in new people who aren't even really from here. Where is their loyalty? Is it to this country? Is it to their countrymen and women, their fellow Americans? Is it to them or is it to their country of origin? Now, you're going to get good immigrants that come here the correct way. They may be all for America, USA, all that, and the third. But when you're just bringing in everybody from all over the world, you'll know who you're getting. You might mess around to go to a nightclub and one of them migrants will just go like this in your drink. And before you know it, you in Colombia somewhere fighting for your life. Okay. And that's actually happening. Women, there was a whole big gang in New York. Well, I don't know if it was a gang, but it was a thing like that in New York where guys were kidnapping girls from a sleepover. Like, these things actually happen in real life. Human trafficking is real. All of that is a real thing. Organ harvesting. You'll be begging for the MAGA men to come back if you were to exchange us for the migrants. You're going to get a lot of good people in that bunch, but also you're going to get some of the bad. And there won't be any of us here to protect you from them. So good luck. Hey, I don't recommend. I do not recommend. All right. That's not really something I would recommend you do. All right. Now, look. We got a flash mob in Home Depot. Please. To the cat ladies, to the man bun wearers, stay away from Home Depot. You have no business there. Captain Man Bun, you're not going to fix nothing in your house. You're going to call a guy if you hear a squeak on your door. Hey, if your front door squeaks one time, you're going to call a contractor to come fix it. Okay. Meanwhile, young lady right here, you have no business in Home Depot at all. None whatsoever. You're not building nothing. You're not improving nothing. You're just in the way. And I tell you what, if I see you with a microphone and a big plushie, I'm like, man, what is going on? Is Home Depot being taken over? Is it a field day? Like, are these children having some kind of celebration? Is it a field trip? What's going on? You know what? That's what I would think. Have you guys ever been somewhere and you seen the field trip happening with school kids? Like, one time I was on the mountain at Rock City. I've been there quite a bit, and it was a field trip. You could tell. That's what I would think is going on right here with these adults in Home Depot. But let's check it out.
Tax the motherfucking rich. Tax the rich. 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 Tax the motherfucking rich.
All that hooting and hollering for what? Hooting and hollering. And y'all about to lumber? Like, come on, man. Y'all really in the way. Y'all really for real in the way. You got working guys. Look at my man back here working. Working guys trying to get lumber, building the nation, repairing infrastructure, actually doing things with their hands, making things. Trying to make an honest living for themselves, trying to feed their family. Y'all out here with inflatable costumes, okay, a bee outfit, and his sign says people over billionaires, okay, on the bee outfit. What's the fascination with these inflatable costumes? I don't really understand. Like, what is the deal with that? It's so weird. Y'all in the way. Okay, look, I've been here to get some bricks and whatnot to build this house. Some bricks, some blocks, some lumber. I'm trying to work. Y'all ain't here playing around like you are in a field trip, and y'all like 75 years old inside of an inflatable frog costume. Please go away. Matter of fact, if you want to protest, look, I support your right to peaceful protest. So number one, private property, I'm not really too keen on that, but also take that stuff outside. If you want to protest out by the flower section or something like this on the outside on the perimeter, that's okay. I would prefer you to not do that and just go home. But if you're going to protest, don't get in the way of guys trying to get their supplies to go to work. But anyway, shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all for rocking and rolling. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Now, speaking about migrants, let's talk about the Afghans right quick. Because there's been some scrutiny on them. Because first of all, the whole withdrawal from Afghanistan was bad. And you had guys hopping on a plane, and then there was the whole thing about, okay, we're going to resettle them, all this, that, and the third. And I think at a certain point, it was a bad idea to bring them over here. It was a bad idea. Now, my thing is, okay, if they knew it was a bad idea to withdraw and to bring them, they should have just said that. The issue with the government, in my humble opinion, is they don't really tell the truth. And I think under Trump, they're more honest than normal, although some things aren't really told to us. But the previous administration, they don't tell us anything. They don't tell us anything. They just do stuff, and then things happen, and it was predictable, but they don't do anything to stop it. But anyway, here's Trump talking about the whole Afghan situation.
You've made changes for Afghanis' ability to apply for asylum. Do you blame all Afghans for this one man's not
No, but we've had a lot of problems with Afghans because they had a lot of them coming in on these planes. Again, I show you this picture. We had a lot of them coming in on these planes that are, look at them. There was no check-in. They just poured into the plane. And many of these people are criminals. Many of these people are people that shouldn't be here. And many of them have been gotten out. I mean, we've gotten out a lot of the people that, we've taken a lot of them out of here. But they came in, legally, right? Yeah, I know, the old story. Many are wonderful, yeah, I'm sure.
I said many are here legally, though. What should they think in terms of their prospects?
Well, they can't be happy, okay? They can't be happy. Because what's taking place between that, if you look at Somalia, they're taking over Minnesota, and we got a lot of problems with the gangs, with all of the things taking place in Minnesota. We have an incompetent governor, we have a dope governor. They can't be happy about what's going on. And if you talk about the Afghans, there's a problem because so many Bedouins came in on the planes. They just walked in. Whoever the strongest people were physically in a way, but whoever the strongest, they got on the planes. There was no check-in. They just swamped the planes. They took off. We had no idea who they were.
Exactly. It was an issue. And now I feel like we're paying the price for that. Now, some were so-called vetted before they came over here, but some weren't. And either way, you're going to have some issues. Now
it's on.
This guy's talking about, look, you want to blame Afghans for this? Well, how about we deport the white man? All right, that's this guy's opinion. Let's watch, shall we?
Now it's on you. You want to blame all Afghans for this crime? Okay, using your logic, deport all white men. Sorry, white men are the problem. Number one mass shooters, white men. Sorry, your rules. Now it's on you.
Now, it's not about who's number one mass shooter. It's not even about that. It's about you have people who were not born here, who came here under the pretense of, I'm seeking asylum. I'm trying to find a better way, all this, that, and the third. Okay, that's what they're talking about. So those people, if and when they come over here and they violate the rules of or the terms of their asylum, they got to go back. If they are exhibiting signs of potentially going bad, going rogue, then they got to go back. If they were not vetted properly and we're able to discover that before they go do something crazy, they got to go. It's not about who's the biggest mass shooter. It's not about that. It's about trying to stop a potential incident when you know there's people here who could do it who don't have to actually be here. It's very simple. And deporting, how are you going to deport the white man when the white man was born here? Because if you want to go all the way down the rabbit hole, let's talk about the so-called black on black crime. If you took away the black man, 50% of the crime, the shootings would go away. So are you going to say that? Or you don't want to say that now. You just want to make the point about the white man because that would satisfy your need to attack the white man. There's a little bit of envy. It's not about trying to deport anyone because of their ethnicity or skin color. It's about you have people that come from a certain place where there could be animosity or hatred toward Americans of all colors, whether it be black, white, or whatever. Because when there's a terror attack that happens, last time I checked, a terror attack, a suicide bomber has no racial target. Okay, if you drive your car through a crowded market, you're hitting everybody that's right there, not just the white man. But anyway, people are so stuck on color, they can't see the reality for what it is. And a lot of that, again, is just envy. Envy in the white man. I hate it. Guys like that, I hate. They're the softest. They're the worst. And I always tell people, don't worry about the white man, worry about you. Don't worry about the white man, don't worry about the Jays, don't worry about nobody. Worry about you and be the best version of you that you can be. In America, if you could do that, then you'll be fine. If you're able-bodied, want to work, want to go hard, want to be ambitious in America, you'll be fine. If you don't, well, hey, it is what it is. You might have some issues. And matter of fact, hold on, I have one more that I wanted to show. You know, blaming the white man. That's why that's my joke, my running joke. Blaming the white man. I'm late. Hey, it's not my fault. Don't blame me. Blame the white man. That's pretty much how I do. Hold on. Let me see if I can find what I was talking about. And if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Matter of fact, no, I ain't gonna play that because it ain't really related. But anyway, y'all get the idea. Now, this woman, is it a woman? Yeah, sometimes, hey, I be kind of confused. I'll be like, is it a bull dagger right here or what's going on? Like, from this angle right here, I forgot. You understand what I'm saying? And with these gender ideologies, I don't know what's going on. Now, I see a picture, I'll be like, is it A or B? Or is it C or somewhere else? I don't know. But anyway, she says that ICE could be losing because she's in Oklahoma and she's at Home Depot and sees Mexicans and hears their music. So that must be because ICE is not really doing a good job at deportations. That's her conclusion. But let's watch.
Believe it or not, I'm at the Home Depot right now. I am. And for the first time, people asked me, did I need help twice? And guess what? It was Latino, Mexican employees. Hear the music? And I'm in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm in Tulsa, Oklahoma. You know what that means? That means somebody didn't win. Ain't this y'all store? This Home Depot. Ain't that all connected with FEMA and the government? I'm in the middle of Home Depot at 4:40 p.m. in Oklahoma. You lost.
Okay, there we go. So she's saying since there's so many Latinos, Hispanics, etc. in the Home Depot working, that ICE's efforts have failed. First of all, how do you know that they're here illegally? Because you know Mexicans do come to the country legally. Also, in Texas, Oklahoma, close enough, it's right there. In Texas especially, you have Mexicans who have been there for generations. For hundreds of years, Mexicans been right in Texas. And they speak it Spanish and the English, all of that. And they've been there in Texas since like 1700s, 1800s, or even before. Before Texas was Texas, they've been right there. Because let's not forget, the natives are pretty much them. So what makes you think they're there illegally? Maybe, just maybe, they're doing the right thing and they came the right way. Just maybe. Also, if you think they're there illegally, A, pick up the phone and call somebody. And if you don't want to do that, this video ain't helping. All you doing is just sending the flag. If your objective was to just say, aha, you guys couldn't get everybody, all they're going to do is just do a little search on your store you at. Okay, let's go right there. Bing, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Operation, I ain't gonna say nothing crazy, but they're gonna launch an operation right on that particular store that you at. Operation Blue Hoodie on TikTok. That's what they're gonna call it. And naming after you. But anyway, just because you hear their music does not mean they're here illegally. They got a visa. They could be citizens. They could have been here for hundreds of years. You have no idea. You have no clue. All right. But yeah, shout out to her. And shout out to you guys as well. I appreciate y'all for rocking and rolling. Now, this lady says she's from Vietnam. She's Vietnamese. And she may go back because things happening right now in America just not really, you know, what they should be. It's just not what they should be. Okay, let's check it out.
So I am a first generation Asian American, Vietnamese American to be specific. And the irony of it all is that both of my parents fled Vietnam to avoid post-war turmoil, leaving family behind, leaving everything that they knew behind to hop on a tiny behind little boat, go to a foreign country with a refugee camp, and somehow, some way, by the grace of God, end up in the southern United States. And the United States has gotten so bad that I have been contemplating fleeing the United States to my home country of Vietnam. Is that not ironic? I too would be a refugee from the hands of this administration. Like, oh my God. It's a crazy world we live in.
And first of all, shout out to her. Like the way she sounds like one of us. You probably grew up around us in a certain area. She reminds me of a girl that I know back in Virginia. Shout out to you if you're watching. Her name was Win. You know how they spell their name with the N's and all of that. But her name was Win, but we called her Nana. So shout out to Nana if you're watching. She kind of remind me of her. Cool people, good people. Shout out to the Vietnamese people. Great food, great people. But anyway, ask your parents if they want to go back to Vietnam. Ask them that. Because that's the test, you see, because your parents are from there. They know what's going on. They know what time it is. Have you been to Vietnam before and stayed and really just lived like one of them? Have you done that? Would you go back to Vietnam with your American money, or would you go back to Vietnam with Vietnamese money? It's a little bit different, ain't it? But ask your parents, even with the money they got right now, or with your money, if they want to go back to Vietnam and see what they say. I bet you they say no. I bet you they say no. They left for a reason. And hey, you probably got some smart parents. They made the right decision. Risked their life for them to come over here. They did that for a reason. All right. Hey, shout out to Vietnam, Southeast Asia, nothing against y'all. But if you leave a particular place, it's for a reason. Ask them if they want to go back and see what they say. If their answer does not match yours, probably want to reconsider. So yeah, shout out to her. Shout out Nana. Hey, I swear, her name, y'all know how they spell it. Nguyen. That was her name. That's pretty much all they name. Nana, for short. Anyway, if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Alrighty. So here's what happens to you when you enter other countries illegally. Shout out to you guys who sent me this video. I did receive it. Thank you guys for sending me this, because a few of y'all sent me this. And I want to show it to you guys right now. What are the penalties? What are the penalties for entering certain countries illegally worldwide? You ready? Let's check it out.
For illegal entry in other countries. So if you enter illegally Singapore, that's 6 months in prison. If you enter illegally Russia, that's 2 years in labor camp. If you enter illegally India, that's 8 years in prison. Pakistan, 10 years in prison. North Korea, obviously, death penalty. And you enter here in Canada or the US and even Europe, and what do you get? Free housing, healthcare, education, food, public transport, cell phones, cash. Come on, guys. A country can only be a country if it protects its borders. Immigration is not bad, but illegal immigration should be penalized at the full extent of the law. For illegal.
Very well said, sir. Very well said. Listen, you come over here to the States, you get whatever you want. Okay, you want somewhere to live, you want some food, you want a car, you want whatever a job over an American, whatever you want, we go give it to you. We lay out the red carpet for the illegal aliens all over the West. Hey, go to India and do that. Pakistan, North Korea, forget about it. They vaporize you right at the border. Hey, cross the border to North Korea. Hey, go to the DMZ. Go to the DMZ and cross it without authorization. They would smoke you like it don't even instantly right away. They smoke you. Okay, we have it really good over here. And when Americans who've not really traveled and don't know a lot about how the world works, who complain about immigration over here, when they go over there and they see how they do it, they're going to wish they had nations to come back to. And they go live in different, like just like the lady that said Vietnam. If you go live abroad and experience how they live, it might not be what you were expecting. It might not be up to the standard of the USA, Canada, etc. And you're going to hope and pray you could come right back to the USA. Okay. Yeah, you go to the camp in North Korea as well. Hey, we saw what happened to Brittany Griner in Russia. Brittany Griner had vape pens in her bag. Gulag sent her to the Gulag in 2021, whenever that was, 2022, Gulag. We had to get her out of the Gulag by trading a high-level prisoner. The Merchant of Death, somebody crazy. The guy's name might as well have been the devil, a demon or something like this. We had to trade a whole demon for a basketball player. It was embarrassing. It was crazy. But that's what I'm saying. Different countries have different rules, and we take these rules, we take the rules that we have for granted. Like it's okay. It's not really a big deal. It's what we can do whatever we want to do, but it's not that way all over the world. And I think that's why Brittany Griner did what she did with the vape pens, because she's like, well, you know, I could do that over here in the States. Ain't no big deal. Go over there. It's going to be a different story. As simple as that. But yeah, shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all for rocking and rolling. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Faye says, Brazil's even difficult to visit. Jump through hoops to get a visit to stay for a week. Exactly. Exactly. Because they got a problem with the narco terrorists down there. You know, they got to keep their border secure. Now, this was probably the craziest video I've ever seen in my life. Okay? The craziest video, but this is how the left thinks about guns specifically. My man right here says, what if we could just vaporize all the guns? What would happen? Let's watch, shall we?
You realize if we just took every gun that currently exists and melted it, and then we never made any more, no one would ever get shot to death again. And I feel that, but that's so childish, and I know I can hear the right-wing response to that, where they're like, well, that's impossible. And I'm like, but the thing is, it's so deeply possible.
It's so possible.
It's so deeply possible. You realize if we...
Okay, bro, there's so much I want to say. First of all, how you going to find all the guns? There's at least 400 million guns in the wild in America, meaning owned by people like me and all of us. How you going to find them all? I have some guns, allegedly, but I have some other guns that I don't know where they at. It was a tragic boating accident. Kids were crying. There was fire. It was a tragedy, man. I had to go to therapy, all of that to get over that particular event. Nobody lost their life. Nobody got seriously injured, but my babies, my weapons sunk to the bottom of the river. I'm going to tell you that because I don't know where the other one was at. How you going to know if I'm telling truth or lying? How you going to know that I'm telling truth or lying about that? Other guys will tell you the same story, and they'll have their guns somewhere. You're not going to be able to find all the weapons, number one. Number two, have you heard of gun trafficking? It's funny because a guy like this would probably be saying that it's racist to close the border, right? He'll say closing the border is racist, but if he had his way, the border would be open. We could just bring any gun through the border. So how are you going to stop that? Also, we got 3D printing. You can print guns at your house. You can manufacture guns with basic tools. It doesn't take that much to make a gun. I'm not going to say how to do it, but it's possible to do it. So even if you were able to get all 400 million plus guns that exist in the wild into your possession, how are you going to stop new guns from being manufactured by individual people or the traffic of guns across the border? You don't make sense. This is not possible. It's not realistic. This ain't UK or somewhere like that. This ain't that at all. We live in the USA. The bedrock of our civilization is the First Amendment, Second Amendment. Freedom of speech first, right to bear arms second, because right to bear arms enforces the first. Furthermore, if you believe that Trump is a dictator and we live in a fascist system, if things get really bad, it says it right there, we can overthrow. I'm not saying we should. I'm not advocating for that. To my FBI agent watching this video, I'm just saying it was written there for a reason. It was said like that for a reason. We have that right for a reason. So nah, it ain't gonna work, bro. It ain't gonna work. And let's just say you had a genie in the bottle and had a magic. You got a genie in the bottle, a magic wand, or whatever, and all the guns just magically went away in the United States. Now you become like UK. Man, I'm going to have samurai swords, all of that. You're going to have guys in the street looking like Assassin's Creed. Guys in the street doing all type of stuff. Man, listen, you're going to have guys with ninja stars, all of that. It's going to be a mess. So you're not really going to be able to stop conflict. Before guns, there was conflict, bloody conflict all over the world from all races of people. You're not going to stop conflict. The best way that you can prevent from being a victim is to have a thing that is an equalizer. You don't got to be in the best of shape, bro, to try and to try and shoot a gun. Okay, shooting a gun, you don't got to be in the best shape. Go like that, pow. Now, if you, my man, want to try to pick up a sword and get busy, hey man, he gonna faint one time. You're gonna react. It's gonna go straight. It's gonna go straight. All this right here is gonna be exposed. It's going to be looking like open heart surgery, bro. So please, your gun is your best friend in the USA. I promise it is. So shout out to you though, bro. And if you see this video, if you're watching this live stream, big backs, we're not doing that in 2026, man. The big back era is behind us. We're going to go into physical fitness in 2026, bro. All right. Now, this was a really good video that I wanted to highlight because it kind of underlines what I say about a lack of effort from some people. This whole thing with the job market. Okay, you got a very young person, so I'm going to go kind of easy on her, I believe. Again, these genders, I don't know what's going on. I identify as a toucan anyway. I'm going to go easy on her, but I got to give some advice as to what you could do to improve the situation. So she's talking about not being able to find a job after graduating from college. She has a degree. She's been looking, but she's not been able to find a job. Let's watch.
This is a real-life testament of how the government is affecting a 22-year-old person living in Texas in the year of 2025. I have my degree. I have my degree in food service. I specifically chose that degree because I knew that everybody needs food. There was
Pause. You went to college and got a degree in food service? I don't understand. If you're going to go to school for anything dealing with food, you should go to culinary school, become a chef, like an actual chef, like to cook everything. Food service is a degree in college. Why would you get that? Or you could do okay, if not culinary school, go to college for hospitality, run a hotel, stuff like that. Food service
would always be a job in food service.
Hold on. I'm gonna go back.
Needs food. There would always that everybody needs food. There would always be a job in food service. I cannot find a job from my degree, because technically, getting into specifics, my degree is in baking and pastry, that pays more than $15 an hour.
What are you going to be able to do that pays more than $15 an hour with a degree in food service? Baking pastries? We were doing that Old Country Buffet. Like, that was like a regular job that you might get paid minimum wage. Pastries? That's not a thing that generate a lot of money. When you were going for your degree, when you were planning your college career out, did you look at what jobs would be available in food service that would pay you a certain amount of money? Or did your thought process stop at everybody got to eat food, I can do that degree, that'd be okay?
I have seen dishwasher positions offering to pay more.
And you know why they pay more? I'm sorry for the pausing, but you know why they pay more? Because people don't want to wash dishes. They don't want to do that dirty, nasty, smelly job. I did that for a long time. 5 years as a dishwasher. I did that. Paid my dues. And you be on your feet all day. It stinks. It's, the smell back there is crazy. I can't even really describe it. The smell is crazy. Like, if you're not used to it, it'll kind of make you sick a little bit. So the smell, it's wet. You got to lift heavy objects. You got to be working. Like, you got to work. It's not like just kind of sitting at a cashier stand chilling. You got to work. And people like this don't want to do it.
I have applied to nearly every food service related job in a 20-mile radius.
20 miles? That's not very far. Listen, my dad had got a job in Virginia when he was in West Virginia with a newborn baby and the wife, my mom. You know what I'm saying? And that's 400 miles away. 400 miles away. You're talking about 20 miles. You can almost walk that.
To my house. I had an interview with Chili's last week. Chili's! As a to-go expediter. We'll give you a call back if you get the job. Nothing.
You are overqualified for that particular job. To work at Chili's, you don't need a degree from college. And nothing wrong working there. It's okay. But there's no college degree required to do that. You're overqualified. So when they hire you, they know already you're not going to be happy with the pay. You'll be complaining, not showing up. You're not going to be a good candidate. They need someone who is hungry enough to go do that and stay on the job and have a high turnover rate. You might last 1 week at Chili's, and they know that already from talking to you.
No call back. Degree. I went to college. I have been working food service for 6 years. And I was denied a job at fucking Chili's.
So where do you work now? McDonald's, Chick-fil-A? Like, what's going on?
Food. Or like living situation. Let's get into that. I currently make, because I work 1099s, I work 3 jobs right now.
Okay.
I do DoorDash, I do pet sitting, and I am a personal assistant.
You don't have high ambition, and it's okay. You don't have high ambition. Now, what's going to happen if you have low ambition, you're going to get paid at your level of ambition for the most part. DoorDash, house sitting, that's like little side gigs. That's not really any kind of job you have. And it's okay because it's not for everybody to work and have high ambition. Your education was low ambition. Food service, come on. You could have went culinary or you could have hospitality and run a hotel or something like that. So the moral of the story is you're having a hard time being able to find a job because you don't have your sights really set high. You're trying to do an easy job and get paid a lot of money to do it. It don't really work like that. If you want to get paid a lot of money, you got to go hard. Do a harder job, a more skilled job. Food service, listen, they got the people in these restaurants, they don't speak no English at all. They're not really that skilled and they're able to do the job. When I worked as a dishwasher, they had people that just came home from prison in there. One lady had like a little bit of Downs. She was cool though. Shout out to her. She had a little bit of Downs. Like, I don't know what's up. Pardon my ignorance. Sorry for the mic. Pardon my ignorance, but I feel like you have like a little touch of Downs, but not all the way. She was like half down. You understand what I'm saying? Anyway, people like that were in there. Not college grads. That's not where you would go. You need to go to be a chef or start your own bake shop. If you know how to cook cookies and cakes and pies, start a bake shop or something like that. Anyway, what do y'all think? Should she reach higher, get better education? I think if she does that, she'll be able to make more money. Where you at right now, you have low ambition and you're going to get paid a low amount of money. It's simple as that. So yeah, a quarter down, y'all are crazy. Hey, you guys in the comments are the funniest people in the whole world. You guys should be comedic writers if you're not already. If y'all don't do stand up, do comedic writing because you guys are funny for real, for real. And I have a comedian spirit, so when I see things that are funny, you can kind of take it like as a big compliment. Now, this is gonna be another guy right here says you can't work because he has anxiety. Okay, I can't work. I have anxiety. Okay, and of course we have Justin Lee Peterson right there. Beta, y'all know who he is. Shout out Justin Lee Peterson. Let's hear from my man right here who says he cannot work due to his anxiety.
But I can't work many hours because of my anxiety.
You have anxiety?
Yes, I do.
What causes anxiety for you?
Lots of things.
Like what, for an example?
Anything that doesn't agree with me, basically, or see things the way I do and see the good in things.
Bro, really? Because they disagree with you and they don't see things your way, that causes you anxiety? Welcome to life, bro. Welcome to being an adult. Welcome to being a human being. You're not going to be on the same page with everybody. Who cares? It's okay. You don't have to agree with everybody to get money with them. As I've said before, I have met guys and from day one, hated them, but I knew I could get money with them. So we could find a level of respect to work together and get this money. I'm not worried about being your best friend, me liking you liking me. I'm not worried about that. Can we come together as men and get money together, period?
I just think that society is lost and just a bunch of hateful bullies.
He's turned you into a woman.
I am not a woman, Jesse.
Yeah, you act like one because you're afraid. You're beta.
No, you're a beta.
Oh, man. Look, bro. Time to grow up, bro. It's time to grow up, man. We like you about 10 years old still, but you're an adult now. You got to grow up. And I see quite a bit of this in the world. And it's not just about him. Because I don't know this guy, I don't know what's going on with his background or whatever, but it's a lot of people like that in this society, in this world, where they have this arrested development. They're like 25, but they act like they're 10 years old still. I need you guys to grow up and become more than what you are. And I think that is part of society having the issue because too many of us have had no adversity. Zero adversity, zero challenges, zero times where you were able to have a problem and get over it. Have an issue and get beyond it. Disagree with somebody and still be cool with them at the end of the day. Or how about this? To my men out there, I know you guys have done it. You fight somebody and then afterward you shake hands. That's a very important thing for men to do because it teaches you to not hold grudges, to respect people, and for them to respect you. That's got to happen. That has to happen. I told y'all before, me and my dad had a fight a little bit, kind of a fight. Kind of a sort of fight. It wasn't an all the way fight, but it was a fight. After that, high level of respect from him for me standing up for myself, and the same thing for him. That's how men at a certain point communicate. And if you're not able to do that, it's going to be a hard time for you in this world, for sure. So don't worry about liking everybody, having everybody agree with you. Get that money. Work, be professional, respect yourself now, have your boundaries, but don't be so gung-ho and try to change everybody into what you want them to be. You can't do that because everybody has their opinion like you have your opinion as well. So yeah, shout out to my man. I appreciate him for giving this 2 cents. All right, if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. My time went away, so it's almost 10:30. That's crazy. It's almost 10:30 already, so I got a little bit of time here. All right, I want to show some things. Hold on. I think this is what I wanted to show. Yeah, I definitely wanted to show this right here. Okay. I want you guys to get fresh produce that you can see, one ingredient, whenever you can. Sometimes you want to get big bag stuff, box stuff, okay. But I don't want to go to Wally World, Target, Food City, Food Line, Harris Teeter, Kroger, Costco, and see a bunch of colorful boxes in your cart. I don't want to see that. I want to see mostly produce that you're going to eat. If you got a box in your cart, let it be a pressure washer or some AA batteries for your remotes. Don't let it be a bunch of TV dinners like this. Okay, this is going to be Marie Callender's meatloaf and gravy TV dinner. Now, she's going to show the inside of this. It's not super gross, but if you have seen this kind of food before, you know what to expect. Let's watch.
Okay, I just bought this. It was $4.39 pre-tax, right? Pre-tax. And I was warming it up. I went to open it up to flip it around, and this is what I got. And I'm just saying, this Marie Callender, this was good. This was good. I love their pot pies. Even their pot pies are good. But that is I'm sorry. That is sad. That's a sad meatloaf. Okay.
Now, first of all, meatloaf, I don't know what that is on the plate. I don't know what that is, but I would not eat it. But look, it was literally $4. Like, what you going to expect? That right there is like penitentiary food. Hey, that's penitentiary food right there. Matter of fact, it's like school food, kind of like public school. If I got that on a Friday, I'm like, okay, it's upping it up with the little meatloaf or whatever they want to call that. This little meat substance. Okay, little corn on the cob, whatever. Yeah, but to buy that from the store, I would never. I would never. This is why I say, please, 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 go to the produce section, get fresh food, because don't eat that. I don't know what's in there, what 3D printer that came off of, but I don't think it's suitable for your body. So please beware. Please beware of these TV dinners. Don't put that bad. I know it's cheap. It's $4, okay. But all you're doing is delaying your inevitable medical treatments from having to eat stuff like that all the time. Okay, it's all you're doing. Kicking the can down the road. And you are chipping away at your quality of life in the future. Your quality of life in the future is going to be chipped away at because of stuff like that. So, yeah, don't do that. Don't put it in your body. All right, so look. This machine can make an entire burger from start to finish with no humans involved. Okay, this is where AI is going to go. This is going to be the result of AI. Now, my question is going to be, okay, if you have robotic burger flippers, makers, preparers, servers, then what are you going to do if you have a degree in food service? You see what I'm saying? These simple jobs at a certain point are not going to be the thing. You got to do more physical stuff and more creative things that the robots cannot do.
The patty in the bun was placed in the back by a chef. As you get to the automation, you're going to see that the machine will sense that the machine, there's a camera there, it reads the barcode, tells you exactly what it is that you ordered. Now, this machine will cut onions, lettuce, tomatoes, and pickles fresh. So, and place it onto the burger. So the first step is going to be the lettuce.
Wow, that's crazy. It's slow right now, but again, this is the AI infancy. Wait till a few years and see what it'll do.
And then the onions. It's going to pick up the pickles. And then after that, it's going to go pick up the tomatoes. And then place it onto the burger. The great thing about this is that as it's placing onto the burger, the machine tells you at the end of the day how many onions, lettuce, tomatoes, and pickles was used in a day, how many burgers ran through your system, which is great for operating. This machine has capability of 4 different sauces. In this case, there's 2. There's a garlic aioli and a gochujang sauce.
Now, pause. One thing about it, somebody said in the comments, exact amounts. That's correct, because each tomato, lettuce, each particular item that you use must be purchased. And if you're able to cut down on waste by having the machines do it, you're able to save money from your order.
Now, this could be less, more, or extra in terms of the amount of sauce that you put onto the burger as well. Every part of this can be tailored to the customer's demand. The last part, Bob, we call him Bob, burgers only better. We'll close the clamshell. The fries will automatically come up. Bob will grab the fries, place it onto the tray, at which point we're done.
There it is.
That's your
There it is right there. So if you think that going to a fast food joint talking about you want 15 an hour, 20 an hour, $1 million an hour, okay, check it out. What's going to happen is they're going to use this. This is San Jose. It's right there in California. So in the place where you got the highest, quote unquote, fast food minimum wage in the country, they're going to just use that. And then they won't have you, because if I got to pay you $20 an hour and worry about you not showing up, flaking, being sick, stealing, whatever, okay, the cost associated with you will be evaluated over a certain number of years. Let's say, how much will it cost to have one employee at 20 an hour with potential, what they call it when you quit and come back on? I forget what the term is called. But all of that, retraining, that'll be factored into the cost. And if that cost is less than the machine, then the machine will be what they get rather than you, because they got to spend a lot of money anyway. They might as well spend the lower amount of a lot of money. Simple. All right. So again, that's in San Jose, California. So now this is going to be a tiny home in St. Paul, Minnesota. It is less than 500 square foot, 460 to be exact.
Well, this new home.
And the cost, I'll tell you in a minute. But again, 460, real small square footage, real small footprint. How much will it cost? I'll tell you in a minute.
Home listing in St. Paul caught our eye. It is 460 square feet, and it could be perfect for a buyer who doesn't need a lot of space. As photojournalist Tony Peterson and Connor White show us, sometimes bigger.
Thank you. Somebody said it. Turnover. That's what I was going to say earlier. The turnover. A turnover rate, that'll be factored into the actual price as well. Let me start from the top, because I just wanted to say that. And before I left my mind.
Well, this new home listing in St. Paul caught our eye. It is 460 square feet, and it could be perfect for a buyer who doesn't need a lot of space. As photojournalist Tony Peterson and Connor White show us, sometimes bigger is not always better.
I want them to glow. I want them to be special.
Shannon Bryant owns Glow Tiny Homes, a home builder on a smaller scale.
Tiny homes. Hey, there's a whole cable channel dedicated to tiny homes.
We found this tiny home on Zillow. It's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, 460 square foot home, the second home Bryant's company has built.
Our homes are anywhere from 500 up to 1,000 square feet. We're staying in that range.
A range that's more affordable and manageable for many, including first-time home buyers and those looking to downsize.
I like tiny homes personally. I like tiny homes. I like trailers. I like all of that. Plus, like, for real, I'm a fan of these kind of homes. I don't really like really big houses. Unless you got like 1,000 kids or something like that, it's not needed. If it's just you, one other person, you don't need no real big crazy house, in my humble opinion. Now, my only issue would be the resale value, but I digress.
I can go into this house. I've got my bedroom, my kitchen, everything's on one level. I mean, it's perfect.
Priced at $259,000, this tiny...
Did you hear that? One more time.
My kitchen, everything's on one level. I mean, it's perfect.
Priced at $259,000, this tiny home... $259,000. Is that kind of in the ballpark you thought it was going to be? Again, 460 square feet, less than 500 square feet, and about 260. That's your price in St. Paul, Minnesota. In St. Paul is one-level living, like an apartment or condo, a standalone home in a smaller package.
It does qualify for insurance. It has, you can finance it, everything.
The tiny footprint also means less cost, especially utilities.
Bills have been anywhere from $50 to $100 a month. This is a cleaning dream.
Brian says as housing prices keep growing, tiny homes can help people who still want to own their own home.
I think there would be a great opportunity to have, a larger development of tiny homes. maybe targeting the 55 plus community.
It may be smaller, but Brian says it has almost everything the bigger ones do.
I dream that someone will be in here by the holidays, would be my hope.
With photojournalist Tony Peterson, Connor.
Now, here's my thing about it. Houses that are new construction that have some of those features, accoutrements that are bigger will cost a lot more. So if that house was, let's say, 1,500 square foot, it'd probably be $500,000 on the low end in St. Paul, Minnesota. If that house, 500 square foot, was new where I live, I would pay like 125. Or I put it to you this way. I will put that on some land and have other homes on it. Like a compound where I would live, like a family compound. I would do something like that on a family compound. And have one bigger house where everybody can meet and a smaller house where everybody to live. I don't know. Like I'll kind of get creative like that, but I wouldn't spend that much money on one of those. That's too much. Because if I'm gonna spend that much, I might as well go ahead and buy a regular house. But if a regular house costs $800,000 in St. Paul, I understand why you would get that. But I do like those small houses. And somebody said, can they park their RV in my front yard? No, you can't. You cannot park anything on my grass. Matter of fact, if you walk on my grass, I'm calling the HOA. Like, look, Barbara, this dude on my grass messing with my stuff. Give him a citation. Give him a fine for doing that anyway. But yeah, shout out to you guys. Like, if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. All right. Home Depot has sheds bigger than that. They do. they most certainly do. And you know what? It'd be fun to build that. That'd be I could build something like that. Maybe I get like 2 guys to help me. I could build it. I would get guys to do the big stuff like plumbing and electric. But as far as the framing, the interior, the floors, the drywall, the paint, I could do a lot of that by myself. But the big stuff, the real stuff, laying the slab foundation, the electrical, the plumbing, I don't know nothing about that. That's outside my wheelhouse. I could do basic little finishings on the inside. But yeah, if I could build it for like 125 or 100, that'd be a very good value. I think maybe what should happen is that needs to come back in style. If there's an issue with the home pricing, we should begin to build more homes ourselves without going through a general contractor and getting the upcharge fee and building them in a way that's easily maintainable. That'd be my suggestion for you guys who have issues with the home pricing. I've seen it happen. I showed you guys videos before of guys doing that. I think that'd be a good idea. What y'all think? Anyway, I'm a big lawn geek, T-Lady. I'm a huge lawn geek. I am a landscaper. Like, if I was not doing this right now, I'd be landscaping. I love planting trees. I love being outside. I love my lawn. All of that. I love it. Anything dealing with that. And next year, I'm going to do my garden. I'm going to build a garden outside, like a standing, I'm going to build one of those. I'm going to show you what I got. And some of y'all already sent me seeds and stuff. I thank you for that. I have the seeds. I am going to be doing my garden. That's next. And everyone loves my lawn. Whenever I'm outside, oh, your lawn looks so pretty. It's so green. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for that. All right. But let's keep on rocking and rolling. Let's get to some calls in a minute. But before we do that, let's get to some super chats. All right. The number to call is 706-406-3287. There it is. 706-406-3287. That's the number right there. But first, super chats on deck. And where we at? Thank you to Football All-Star, who says, can you go deeper on fasting? Very interesting. You know what I'm going to do? That's going to be an Uncle ABL topic. Talking about fasting, home improvement, fasting, the garden, the lawn, all of that. I'm going to show you. Matter of fact, I'm going to do a video where I show myself renovating the lawn, because I got camera footage from my front camera. I got pictures. I got all of that. I'm going to show you how I did my whole process. Yeah, so I'll probably do a video about that and also fasting. But to go to about fasting briefly before I keep on going. fasting is something that you should do occasionally to give your body a rest, because when you eat, your body has to work to digest the food, break it down or whatever. And then sometimes you got too much food on your body and you're not giving your body a chance to use what it has. Let your body use what it has on itself. That will be a good way for you to replenish your body's natural stores. It's a good way for you to kind of reset yourself a little bit. It's good. I definitely suggest everybody do it and start with a little 24-hour fast. Just don't skip. Just skip one day of eating. One day, 24 hours, and you could say, okay. So let's say, for example, I eat at 2 p.m. No, most days 2 p.m. That's my meal. So eat at, let's say, tomorrow at 2 p.m. like normal. Don't overindulge because you're kind of defeating the purpose. Eat like normal at 2 p.m. Don't eat the next day. Eat Tuesday at 2 p.m. to break your fast. That'd be 48 hours right there. If you eat one time a day at 2 p.m. and don't eat until the next day at 2 p.m., no snacks, no peanuts, no calorie containing liquids, that'd be 24-hour fast. So that's kind of like one day that you didn't eat because it's 24 hours. But you did eat both days. You did not skip one day of eating. You just skipped all the in-between meals. If you skip one day of eating and you do one meal a day, that's 48 hours when you skip. You see what I'm saying? So do it that way. Summer Scott says, ABL, I advise you not to give that advice. Some people don't know if they're sick and don't eat. They faint and get sick, go to the hospital. They're going to blame me. Well, look, that's a good point, Summer. I'm going to just say this. I'm not a doctor. This is just what I do. So if you got issues, or how about this? Take what I say to a doctor and get it reviewed. But that's what I do personally. And it works very well for me. Very, very well. I'm high energy throughout the day. I don't get lethargic. I'm focused on what I got to do. For sure. But that's why I say start small. Because I can do a 24-hour fast, no problem. That's easy. That's my every day. I could also do a 3-day fast. Like I'm talking about 3 days of no food. I've done that before too. It's a good experience. But anyway, thank you to Kiwan, who says chlorophyll is said to work as an internal deodorant. Pumpkin seeds for menopause-related hot flashes. Fasting endures autophagy. Where's Sheree? Well, shout out to you for the super chat. I appreciate you. I don't know where Sheree is. Hopefully Sheree is good. Shout out to Sheree wherever she is. Thank you to Michael, who says she acts like an overgrown elementary school child. Thank you to Michael, who says, ABL, I had a shoe-throwing mother as well. For sure. Hey, man. Mama don't play no BS. Thank you to Kells the Ghost, who says, my family's Irish, and we came late to the party, I guess. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Let's enjoy the best place in the world. In the Rome vibes, we got to turn it around, for sure. Thank you to Michael, who says, in honor of New York City's new mayor, here's an idea. The next Christmas Day parade, have the participants, men and women, straight like the 70s. Have them dressed in feathered headpieces and dance on the streets like the mummers do. Thank you to Kiwan, who says, is it verifiable that Cutter funds Tucker Carlson? Yeah, it's verifiable. Matter of fact, hold on. I think I saw him do an interview with like the premier or whoever they, whatever they call him. Okay. So he interviewed Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdulrahman Al Thani. Okay, this guy right here. Hold on.
We are very.
Can I show this without all the extra stuff? Yeah, let's do it that way.
Transparent, coordinating with the US, and making sure that we are doing the right thing.
So why are you interviewing that guy? Who's ever interviewed him at all, ever, in Western media? Why would Tucker Carlson do it? Like, what's the purpose of interviewing that guy? Okay, that's the prime minister of that's the prime minister of Qatar right there. So why are you interviewing him? What's the deal? Anyway, let's keep going. Thank you to Monique
for being a member 49 months. Right on. Shout out to you. She says, guns are banned in Japan and Abe still got shot. Oh, that's right. Oh, Abe, yeah. No guns in Japan and they still killed the prime minister. Was he the prime minister at the time? Hold on. I think he might have been. He was a former prime minister. I think when they shot him, he was not the prime minister at that time. Yeah, so he was a prime minister from 2012 to 2020, and he got shot and killed in 2022. So if you're able to kill a former prime minister in Japan with a gun, but guns are banned in Japan, make it make sense. To make it make sense. Thank you to Dolores Renteria for the super chat. Thank you to Dolores again who says, thank you for telling like it is. Thank you for your super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you to Taylor Langley who said people talk about eating healthy is so too expensive. I get all organic, pasture raised, fresh foods. My weekly grocery bill is $62,100 depending on the meat. Exactly. I think people just eat so much garbage, so much food in general that they spend a lot of money. I put it to you like this. That cart full of junk can be replaced with fewer items. If the individual items cost more than your cart full of junk individual items, it doesn't matter if you have fewer items. So let's say, for example, you got a cart with like 40 items in it, and each item is like on average $6. But you reduce that to 20 items, and the items cost $8. Yes, each item is more expensive, but you're going to spend less money overall because you got fewer items. Does it make any sense? I think if we understood it that way, it'd just kind of click in their heads more. Get fewer items. Don't get so much junk. All the things you get, it adds up. Okay, you in the aisle getting this and this and this condiment, this little extra piece, this little snack, this little fat back, all of that, it adds up. Pops and popsicles and ice cream, it adds up. You don't need that at all. You don't need Dr. Pepper. You don't need no ice cream, no cookies. You don't need any of that. You just buying it because you can. What people do is they still buy all that stuff and the organic produce or whatever. That's not how you're supposed to do that. So of course, if you're doing that, yeah, it's going to be expensive because you're not reducing your overall consumption, which is supposed to be part of the process here. Not just organic, but fewer items. I'm seeing quite a few organic bit backs. It's like, how you still 1,000 pounds you eating organic? It's because you got about 10,000 calories of organic every day. But anyway, if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Alrighty, we got calls on deck. The number to call, 706-406-3287. Again, 706-406-3287. Open the calls, ABL. I will do it on my own time, Norwegian Crusader. All right, look, you my cousin biologically, so I got the Nordic blood in me. So I'm gonna just let you. I'll give you a pass today. I'll let you slide. But the number to call, 706-406-3287. I know a caller. Who am I speaking to?
Iban Sobin Lishabi.
Say what now? Man, these trolls are so soft, man. Y'all soft. Like, look, like, okay, I'm gonna say this right now. I said it before, I'm gonna say it again. They put out a list of the top 10 things, the top 10 professions or hobbies or whatever that men had that women hate. Number 1 was online troll. That's you, bro. And you so soft, you couldn't even follow through with it. Anyway, 208, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
ABL, how are you? This is Tom. Great show tonight, my friend. You touched on a lot of topics that could be considered controversial, but I do feel what you're saying about Tucker. I've been having that weird feeling about this guy for about a year now. And I just wanted to weigh in a little bit on some of the things he said in defense of some of the people he was defending. As as far as the Afghans go or people from the sands, I think the biggest thing that Tucker is missing is that America is a few hundred years old. Those people are thousands of years old. And I'm sorry, but somebody needs to explain to him that you're not going to change genealogy with American values. Either they're willing to come here and integrate into our society and leave their flags and their religious beliefs in their country, or it's never going to work, ABL. That's just the way I feel.
Yeah, man, I agree. I agree with you 100% because they have to make that's got to be their own decision. We can't convince them. We can't change them. That's got to be a personal, internal decision. And if they refuse to do so, then we can't do anything about that. All we can do is just not have them here.
I agree 100%. And one other thing that we shouldn't be doing, and this is where Americans need to stand up for themselves, is I'm sorry. I do not feel sorry for trying to integrate someone that claims to be helpless, that has no other mindset than America bad and we're going to take it over. I love my country first before anything.
Exactly. 100% correct.
Well, great show tonight and good talking to you, ABL. Keep up the good work, my friend.
Thanks for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
You got it. Bye-bye.
All right. Shout out to the caller. Great call. And shout out to you guys as well. If you like what you're hearing so far tonight, if you enjoy the content in general, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. All right, where we going here? Yeah, you got to be part of the American. You got to assimilate to American culture. If you can't assimilate, you just want to do your own thing, keeping the same old, a lot of walk bar, all of that, that will not work here. 501, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Yeah, it's Robert.
All righty, man. What's going on?
Not too much. So I was listening to what you're talking about with the one female who has a degree in hospitality. Because at first I was thinking, yeah, that's a useless degree. But one thing that she didn't mention was if she had an associate's or a bachelor's. Did she say that?
She didn't.
So I got to thinking, I was like, you know what? Maybe, I mean, I already know she's probably extremely liberal and she wouldn't do this. But if she really wanted to make money, she could join the military, specifically the Navy, because the food service, industry in the Navy, like on ships and, within all of the different bases is pretty strong. And if she were to, use her degree to go into that field in the military, as an officer, barring she has a bachelor's degree, she could make a lot of money doing that.
That's a good point. That's a really good point. But see, the thing about it is she's got to want to go do that kind of work. And I think a lot of people, they don't really want to, they kind of want to go the easy route. She might want to go to the military. Now, although she's not going to be out there fighting and stuff like this, they kind of want to do something simple. Like I was saying, she just searched for jobs within a 20-mile radius. She's not really trying to go nowhere, really trying to have a level of ambition that's beyond where she's at. So if she wants to be a little bit more ambitious, the next step, okay, let's go to the military and do things that way. That would make sense.
Yeah. And one of the other things, because like I'm in college and I don't know if you know what Handshake is, but it's like an app or a website that like if you're in college, it gives you it puts your name out there to different people that are hiring, and then like job fairs and stuff like that. And I always get messages because she said she was in Texas. So one of the things that it always shows is like the Department of Texas is always hiring for like social workers, and I know for a fact if you have 60 college credits or above, she could start out making almost $4,000 a month, doing that. But again, like you said, she don't want to go put the work in.
Exactly. That's the main thing. You got to be ambitious. If you're not really ambitious, you're not really going to get a lot. You can't, in this world, in this country especially, you can't just get a lot without putting in the work to get a lot.
Yeah. So for the houses in California, those people are just they're out of their minds because paying $250,000 for a house that's what 400 square feet or something like that.
Yeah, 460.
That's 460, less than 1,000 square feet. That is
Right.
insane.
Uh-huh.
Because like I have a house here in Texas, and my house is about 1,700 square feet with a big backyard and a decent sized front yard. You know, and it was new construction when I bought it, and I bought it for like 176,000.
When'd you buy it?
This was back in 2014, I think. But it's worth like 280,000 now, according to the market.
You said 208?
280.
280. Yeah,
280,000.
Yeah, that's still a pretty good price for. You say you got a pretty big backyard, front yard, nice square footage. That's a good price.
Yeah. Well, that's all I had.
Well, thank you for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
Yep.
Yeah, he had the perfect house. What was it, like 1,500, 1,700 square foot? Like 200,000. That's perfect. 860, you're the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, Anthony. It's up and Ranger Xbox. How you doing, brother?
It's all good, man. What's happening?
Hey, it's your show. You're in charge, boss. I'm just here to listen.
Right on.
Oh, man. I'd just like to say a shout out to my military brothers and sisters, if I may.
Right on. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Ted Hutt, listen up. Heard a lot of talk about illegal orders. Let me explain something to you. Your command is not going to be giving you illegal orders because they're going to be in the same boat you're in. But if you feel that the order that you have been given is not acceptable or whatever, take it up with your chain of command. That's the best way to handle that situation. Don't go listen to these idiots because they stole $38 trillion from the taxpayers. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't mind killing a few million of us with the virus or shots or Muslim terrorists by the tens of millions because they stole all that money and they're fixing to get found out. That's what this is all about. So, at ease, do your duty. Carry on. Drive on, Drill Sergeant, drive on. Thank you, ABL. Y'all have a good night. God bless. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas, Thanksgiving, ABL. You're the greatest. Bye.
All right. Shout out, man, for the call. Most certainly appreciate him. Right on. Yeah, that whole Seditious 6 video was crazy. They got to go. They got to go because that was obvious what they were doing. They were just trying to sow dissent and get maybe one more run to try and defy some stuff, to try to get in the way, to try and quote unquote resist. It's just a mess. So yeah, that video was totally ridiculous. And they know what they're doing. They're foolish in what they do, but they are not dumb because there was a thought process behind what they did before they did it. You see what I'm saying? Like it wasn't just, oh, I had no idea this could be taken that way. They knew exactly how it could be taken, and they did it on purpose to do that because somebody or a handful of people, morons, mouth breathers, would take the bait and do something they shouldn't be doing. That's kind of how it works. 803, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, this is your buddy Robert from South Carolina. How you doing, ABL?
Oh, well, man. How about yourself?
Hey, I got a thought or a question that just popped in my mind. Republicans and Democrats, why can't Trump tell the American people in a simple term the playbook of the Democrats, which is have as many homeless people, etc., on food stamps, etc., free rent, open borders, because then they're able to embezzle all that money for the programs that's supposed to help solve the problems that they created. And the other question I had, I'll let you think about that one, but the the Second Amendment rights, does that just apply to legal American citizens or nationals, green card holders, etc.? Because I was still kind of upset about the shooting in D.C. since I'm from that area, and I don't know, it's just upsetting, being in the Army and having somebody walk up and shoot you and, shoot you with a high-powered 357 handgun, not just a little pea shooter. And let's see what else I got. The Gamecocks lost in the football game today, so I'm not having a good day. But it started out great because I was at the Waffle House this morning with all the big backs. But I'll hang up and let you respond to some of that.
Thank you for the call, man. Alrighty. Shout out to you for the call. But there was a lot there. One thing I wanted to talk about was about, I guess, first about the whole thing of Trump saying, outlining certain things. I guess, there's quite a few things that Trump must speak on. And I think that what he was talking about could be one thing that he could speak on. And I'm not quite sure if he has or if he has not. But he most certainly should if he hasn't. And if it's not going to be Trump, let it be somebody in the White House that can just break it down. Or let it be like a video he puts out, like kind of how we do. You could put it out on the website and it could always be there. So if you got an issue, a question, comment, concern, you can kind of get it addressed, like a frequently asked question type situation. That's one thing. But beyond that, as far as, are you able to own the weapon as an immigrant to the country? Well, the answer is, if you are a lawful permanent resident, then yes. But certain people, certain specific visas, you cannot have a weapon. Now, there is never a time where you could be here illegally and own a weapon. That's straight up illegal. That if you're here illegally, you cannot have a weapon in the USA. So if you are an illegal alien and you get caught with a weapon, that's going to be a charge right there in itself. Being here illegally, one thing. Being here illegally and having a weapon, a whole different thing. So yeah, that's kind of the situation with that. But shout out to you, man, for the call. I most certainly appreciate it. And being at the Waffle House with the big backs, shout out to you, man. Must have been a good time. Yeah, shout out to all the big backs, man. We gotta get that big back off of you in 2026, man. No more big backness in 2026. That ain't really what we want to do. All right, but the number to call, I got a little bit of time. The number to call, 706-406-3287. Again, 706-406-3287 is the number to call. Again, shout out to you guys again for rocking and rolling with me. Y'all know I could not do the show without you. So thank you for joining. Oh, yeah, is there a Cash Patel podcast? Shout out to him. So I guess there are people who, would have a voice to say certain things. Maybe there should be like a call-in show for some of these guys. I don't know how you would do a call-in show if you're like part of the administration, because you're going to get some of the most ridiculous trolls you ever seen in your life on something like that. So I don't know how that's going to work. I have no clue in the world. All right, let me see. I'm reading some of the comments here. Let's go to 504 on the line. Who am I speaking to? 504, hello.
Hey, ABL, it's Alien Spaceship.
What's going on, Alien Spaceship?
Hey, it's good to talk to you. I have been doing well. I've been doing a lot of different things with researching some, trials and things going on in the news and stuff. Lots of mental gymnastics, but it's all going well. And I saw earlier we were talking about food. Me and my group were talking about food, and a lot of the food in our countries allegedly are very poisoned, and they have lots of bad stuff in it. But in other countries, their food is more healthier, allegedly.
Oh yeah, for sure. A lot of countries, they got more fresh food. Like in other parts of the world, they go to the store every day, get fresh food. Over here, it's more about shelf stability, keeping items on the shelf for months and months at a time, and that can result in some harmful food that we consume.
Yeah, and another thing is that allegedly with the plastics, and the materials that are used to hold the food. That's another thing that certainly is lethal and poisoning the food in our society when other places use more natural ways. So I do think over here, a big thing because of this, the reason why they do it is because of they want to make money.
Oh, absolutely. That's going to be the motivating factor right there all day long.
Yeah, like even with, I think everything's okay sometimes in moderation, but like say like there's fast foods in different places and they're not putting the people as the main focus, but they're putting their own wallets as the main focus. But other places, food-wise, usually they may put their community first, but it's something in our country that certainly needs to change.
100% correct. Absolutely.
Something else that happens is that there's these subscription services, like say for the different, Netflix and stuff like that. I was seeing recently that there's so many different ones where you have to watch something on another service, and people get a whole bunch of different streaming services, and then it's like they're spending so much money on it, and then that becomes another catch-22 because they're all trying to make money, but then they make their product bad.
Yeah, right. I mean, because the product is kind of like an afterthought. It's more about just trying to get you to sign up, getting the money in from that, and it becomes less about the actual product that you're getting, which is it defeats the purpose.
Right. It's basically they're so obsessed with making money. They're so obsessed with doing that. They forget to put the user experience first. And that is something that's been plaguing our society for a long time. They don't take the criticism to make the product right because they think they're right. And over time, eventually it'll lead to their downfall, similar to like what happened with Blockbuster went out of business because they didn't adapt to the current times.
That's right. People think that, it's going to be the same forever. We keep doing the same old thing, but that's not how it works because people are going to continue to evolve. They're going to go one way. It doesn't matter if one company stays the same. They can't just ignore the people. They got to change with the people.
Right. Now, I will say, in my opinion, I think Trump is much more mentally there than Biden was.
Oh, for sure. 100% correct. I mean, ain't no doubt about that.
Yeah, because I think with the other side, they're going to try to use certain tactics to try to put the current administration down and say that they're incapable of doing stuff. But I think that they are much better than the other group. And whatever happens in our country, what's going on now, I think that we're in much better hands than before.
Oh, sure. Like right away. I think as soon as Trump got in office, it was clear that we were in better hands.
Right. Now, as I said, I don't know, like, with inflation, it seems I'm hearing reports from people that's still a problem. Now, I guess it's not like, it may not go down in one day, but we have a couple more years to go. I'm optimistic it'll eventually go down. There's a lot of different world events going on that also influence it.
I mean, the main thing was COVID. That's going to be the key piece. And it's kind of hard to just within a few months erase trillions of dollars that got pumped into the economy that shouldn't have been there. So it's going to take time for sure.
That was when I first came to your channel around that time. Yeah, I remember that. So when they put trillions of dollars out and then there's no one buying anything in the country and the economy is going downhill, there's people I know that had relatives that they didn't get to properly have a funeral for because of that. So it was really a disgraceful time in our society. And yeah, I think just the really wealthy people benefited from that, and they crushed the regular people.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and so I do think Rome wasn't built in a day, but eventually it will fix itself. And and the chat was saying, shout out to Sheree, whatever she's doing. I hope she's doing all right.
Right, 100%, right on.
Now, is there any horror movies you like, or are you not into them?
I try to get into horror movies, but I've not really seen anything lately that scares me. So it's kind of like the ones that I've watched, and I can't recall anything that I've seen lately is by name, but it's kind of like it kind of goes to comedy. It's not really scary.
Okay. Thank you for that. Certainly in our modern times, the movies aren't like they used to be.
They're not. It's like people are kind of, like people tell me about scary movies, and then when I go watch them, I'm like, that's scary? Really? Like, I'm not amused.
All right. Okay, ABL, shout out to you in chat, and thanks for taking my call.
Thanks for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
Okay, bye.
100% right on. Now, I will say this. I try to get into horror movies, but I've not really seen anything lately that scares me. So it's kind of like the ones that I've watched, and I can't recall anything that I've seen lately is by name, but it's kind of like the movies that are kind of like they used to be.
Okay, bye.
All right. Shout out to Alien Spaceship. Great call as always. Shout out to you guys for calling as well. I think that'll be a wrap. I will see you guys again on Tuesday live, of course. I'm here all the time, putting out pre-recorded content, Sunday through Sunday. I'm here putting out pre-recorded content all the time. Short videos, long videos, whatever you want, I got it. But I'll be back live on the Instagram on Tuesday, and I'm live on YouTube every Wednesday and Saturday. Same bat time, same bat channel. 8 p.m. Eastern time to right around right now, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My Tuesday stream is 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, okay? So 9 p.m. Tuesday, 8 p.m. Wednesday, Saturday on YouTube. Tuesday is Instagram. All right, so that's pretty much a wrap for me. Shout out to you guys. You guys are the best audience anywhere on these interwebs. Do I have any super chats? I think I got one more to read, but before I read that, shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all. You guys are the best audience anywhere on these interwebs. If you like what you heard tonight, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Thank you guys for watching, retweeting, super chatting, whatever you're doing. You guys are the best. Also, thank you to the mods for keeping the trolls in check. I appreciate y'all for that as well. My last super chat here, I'll read that right quick. Then I'm probably not put it up. I'm so tired. I'm stuttering. I'll read this last super chat, then I wrap it on up, put the bow on top. There we go. I'm not tired. I got to get some coconut water. That's all I got to do right there. If you notice throughout the stream, normally I don't drink nothing. I don't drink nothing during the stream. I don't do no pauses. I've seen some guys eat on the stream. It's like, how could you eat while you're streaming? That is disgusting. Look, if you eat food during the live stream, I don't know what's going on. Maybe you've been streaming for like 10 hours and you starving to death, but good Lord. You know what else I saw? Since I'm right here talking about things that I've witnessed that I'm kind of confused. People on the airplane on a short flight, like an hour and a half flight, going to the bathroom and blowing the bathroom up. It's like, bro, you couldn't wait an hour and a half. And it's like a constant stream of people. I've been on the plane before near the bathroom to the point I could see people going in and out of the bathroom. It'd be somebody in there, and then another guy would come up and wait. A revolving door for an hour and a half flight. When I go to the airport, here's my routine. I go to Hartsfield-Jackson. TSA is right there, right by our bathroom. It's a bathroom right here. TSA is right here. Before I even get in the TSA line, I'm going to go right to the bathroom. If I got to blow it up, then so be it. So be it. It is what it is. We all human beings. But I'm going to use the bathroom right there before I get in the line. And once I get in the line, 10, 15 minutes in the line, then I go to my gate. I'm there for a few minutes, half hour, whatever, get on my flight, go to where I got to go. Never have I ever used the airplane bathroom. Never in my life. Never. And I've flown, I think I've flown a 5-hour flight before, like LA, a couple times. Or like, Vegas, somewhere like that. I've been there. 4.5 hour, 5 hour. I've never used the bathroom on the flight. If I use the bathroom on the flight, I'm going to go to like Dubai somewhere. I understand that. If I'm going to Australia, Philippines, Dubai, that's a long flight. If I'm going from Atlanta to Charlotte, I shouldn't be doo-dooing on the plane. I'm going to just say it like that. Some of y'all got to get it together. And y'all blow the bathroom up. Y'all tear it to pieces. As soon as that door open, I get that whiff. It's like, bro, come on, really? I saw Islamic dude, white dude with the Khabib mustache and the beard and a long little, flowing outfit, blew the bathroom up. It's like, bro, sir, y'all, I don't know what y'all be eating. And then y'all eat food on the airplane. What y'all do? Y'all bring on slices of pizza and eat that. You brought food from the concourse on the plane and you eating it. It's like, what are we doing? So what I was saying is I need to get some of this hydration in me because I've not had anything to drink at all during a live stream. And I was also saying if you eat during a live stream, you're disgusting and you're a bit back. You can wait. You got a 1 hour live stream, you eating a whole box of pizza or a pot pie or something like this. If you're doing a marathon stream, 24 hours, okay, I get it. A 1 hour stream, you be all right, man, without eating that food. But anyway, I'm getting triggered. Hey, not for no hour and a half flight, though, bro. Come on, man. Go to the bathroom. You know what I was always told when I was a kid? Before we get in this car, go to the bathroom. Ain't go be no, oh, I gotta pee. Nah. Do that right now and then travel. Anyway. Oh, and also the dogs and the cats and stuff like that. Nah, that ain't what we're gonna do. All right. And my Nordic, Norwegian caller says, well, I did my DNA and I have 5% Nordic DNA. I do. 5% Swedish to be specific. So yes, I do have that DNA in my, and I know it's obvious. You see a whole white man right here. It's okay. It's okay. I know it's obvious, but I had to tell you that I do have the 5% Swede in my DNA. 85% African, obviously, but 5% Swede. Yeah, I do get that. Anyway, super chat. Thank you to Gregor trying to says, I love when you say bit back snacks and the whites, man. Keep it up. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Black Friday. I listen while shoveling my driveway. There you go, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. And thank you to Dolores who says, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate y'all for that as well. All right. That'll be right for me. I'll see you guys again on Tuesday live. And I'm also live Wednesday, Saturday. And I'm here pretty much every day putting out my pre-recorded content. So until next time, y'all be safe. I'm out and peace.